All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Got the football game from last night, Chargers and Chiefs. Great game, went down toward the end. A couple of plays here and there could have been a different outcome. Also got a full slate of NFL games coming up. Not a real good slate of college football games this weekend, but there's still a lot of college football on tomorrow. I don't know how good a college football it's going to be, but joined today by Jay McLovin. How's it going, Jay?
Hey, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Just gonna hang out and have this good birthday weekend, and like I told you earlier, pray to God I make it home alive. But it's a good time, man. Hey, Astros are winning. I think we're just completed our fifth game in a row winning, so we're on a 5-game streak. I see Frankie's kind of trying to make a comeback with his Yankees, so we'll have to see how that goes, and from here on out.
Yeah, the Yankees have been playing better ball here as of late.
Yeah, I think from here we're going to have to see whether or not they can keep this momentum going up. It's going to be crazy because we're both riding momentums going into October, which, as we know, is only a couple of weeks away. We literally got maybe a handful of games. I think 20 at best. I think before we hit that era. So both ride momentums. I think this is going to be a good. I think it's going to be Yankees. If Toronto and Tampa survive, it's going to be interesting. And I think they're going to give the Yankees fits if they have to play them. Of course, Seattle's going to be in the mix, I think, at some point. So it's going to be interesting to see who the Yankees meet in the second round and who the Astros meet in the second round. I think either way, man, we're going to get some damn good baseball come October.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be some real good baseball in October. Because you like the National League, you have 4 or 5 different teams. I think that can make a deep run in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
and in the American League, I don't know if there's as many teams as in the National League, but there's a few different teams I think can in a 5-game, 7-game series that could be interesting. Especially like a team maybe like Seattle if their bats get hot just because of the pitching they have. But I think it's going to be interesting. Looks like might be going into a showdown with the Astros and the Yankees in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what it's going to happen. And I think I would not be surprised to see the Dodgers in there. I think possibly the Mets. St. Louis, as we know, is still playing good baseball as well. How do you see that playing out on the National League side?
Man, I'm still going to stick with them. I'm still going to stick with the Mets because that's who I'd said originally. But man, the Braves have been looking good. They're going to be a scary team. I just don't trust. I know the Dodgers are the Dodgers are a good team. I just don't trust the Dodgers though. They've done this too many times for me to be a believer.
And especially with interesting to me is you got is it Bueller or Burrell, whatever. He's on the damn IR, but they did get Dustin May back. But Kershaw, I don't believe in Kershaw right now. I got to see more from him because I still feel like, can he make it to October without that back creeping back up on him?
Yeah, that's going to be a big question. That's why I think they need to get him a little bit of rest.
I mean, they certainly have a big enough lead to do so, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
well, let's ask our baseball expert, Big Shot Rob. Rob 2 cents. There's too many Robs. I know too many Robs. I can't keep all the names straight.
I'm the Rob.
I know you are. Damn it! I was just touting your superior baseball acumen.
Atlanta Braves, yeah, go Braves.
I said there's nobody better at ASAP on baseball history than Rob 2 cents.
Well, I'm telling you, boy.
Knocking it out of the park.
Rob said, I legitimately got about 2 cents worth of baseball knowledge to offer today.
But I'll make it work, boy. If you didn't know me, you would have thought I watched baseball all my life. You gotta fake it till you make it.
Hey, we gotta get you watching more baseball, man. So we can
baseball gotta get more exciting, bro. It's to the point, man. I was actually watching golf and enjoyed myself. I don't get that feeling from baseball. It's bad.
But I understand that. I don't know how you get more excitement from golf. I tried watching
because golf is a patient game, and a golfer can get hot. I guess it's something I'm getting into.
Baseball's not patient.
I've never been into baseball though. I'm actually kind of getting into golf like on the leisure side.
You're actually getting out there and swinging the club.
Yeah, so it's different. Like, but when baseball, the closest I've gotten to baseball is playing piggy at the cookout.
Yeah, buddy. Hey,
or
listen.
playing softball. Regulation softball, but it was in gym class, so I don't know how much regulation it was.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you though, golf is a very expensive sport.
It is.
It's expensive. Not only are the clubs, themselves expensive, but I mean, the green fees at some of these places can just be astronomical, and depending on what course you're playing on. I mean, if you're doing a backyard hood course, you can probably get on for like $25, $30 green fee, whatever. But some of these really nice, courses and things like that, you're probably looking at close to 100. And then if you try to go do, like Whistling Straits out there in Wisconsin, you're looking at 700 for the green fee, and then another 100 for the caddy. But you have to have the caddy. They will not let you play without a caddy, so you're forced to have a caddy. So you got $800 already in, and you can't be the cheapskate. So now you got to tip him. So you're probably looking at about $900 for a round of golf.
Hey, that's why I'm trying to be a baller, Jay.
I'm not good enough to pay no $900 to play golf.
Hey, I'm trying to be a baller.
You're better off just going to get lunch at Whistling Straits, which will set you about 60 or 70 back, than the 900 to actually go out there and play. And I'm going to be honest with you. You cannot just go on this course and think you can play. That's a big mistake. I mean, they got hills and terrain, and I'm telling you, man, listen, this freaking hard. Like, you got to actually have some sort of skill set to go on Whistling Straits and actually play that golf course. It's ridiculous. It's hard.
Jay, you sound like you got some experience, bro.
Oh no, I used to have a house out there, and I used to rent my house out to the golfers, and they would let me go out there and I'd ride around and watch them play or whatever. And you could just look at the terrain, and common sense just dictates that an average golfer is going to be miserable trying to play that course, because they're just going to be pissed off every shot they take. I mean, literally, it's just challenge. If the bunkers don't get you, then the elevation drops get you. And if that don't get you, then you got the water on the right side. I mean, there's just always something that you cannot slice. You can't chip the wrong. I mean, you're just going to be in hell the whole time. It's crazy.
Hey, speaking of pissed off, how pissed off were Charger fans at that pick six? You like that transition, Jay?
Hey, listen, I missed the first part of that game, so I did not get to see the pick six. I think I picked up a little bit after that.
No, the pick six was in the fourth.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that I could get Prime Video on my thing until about the fourth. When I talked to the wife, and she gave me the password to get into Prime Video, so I was a little hurting. It's what it is.
You got to get that Fire Stick, bro.
Man, I know. Gonza's been telling me that for about 2 months now, and I'm working on it. I gotta pry the money out of her dead grip hands, but. But no, listen, hey. So I did not see the pick six. I just listened to Gonzo, and Gonzo was saying, and Gonzo, I hope I'm quoting you correctly, but he was saying that it wasn't Herbert's fault; it was the receiver's fault for giving up on the route or not running the route correctly. Is that what you agree to as well?
You could blame a little bit of the receiver, but if me and Ray was talking about this on the morning show, had Herbert would have threw it to the outside, I think, either the pass is going to be incomplete or you give your receiver a better chance to catch.
I think what was supposed to happen, Rob, I think that the tight end, I don't think he was really throwing that ball to the tight end. That tight end was supposed to run to the pylon to clear that space out. Yeah. And he was going to throw to that slot receiver. Well,
and he saw him open though.
The guy never, the tight end never got to the pylon to create that space. And I think it was a little bit just some miscommunication. But I don't think it was just 100% on Herbert, but
Anthony Price asked if the pick six was before or after he got laid out. It was before. That much I do know. It was before he got laid out. And I remember telling Frankie, listen, you want to be top five, you want to be in the Aaron Rodgers class, you want to be in the Mahomes class, you want to be in all these other different incredible athlete classes at quarterback position. You got to come up big in crunch time. You can't afford to let that pick six go because the pick six gave him that touchdown, what cost him the game. You don't throw that pick six, we're probably looking at a Chargers victory. And I get like to Gonzo's point, he says it's part the receiver, part whatever. But at the end of the day, man, look, it's going to fall back on the quarterback. It always does. That's why they call them the field general. That's why you're a leader. You take accountability.
Yeah,
if you can't make it in those clutch situations, then it just slows down. I'm not saying that Herbert doesn't have the talent to eventually become maybe a top five, but he ain't there right now. And for me, he kind of took a step back in that conversation.
Well, if you look at,
I don't think he took a step back off just that one play because he played his ass off last night. He had a hell of a game. Made one mistake.
Not to mention he was missing his number one receiver.
And missing his number one receiver. And
hey. This is not the Afternoon Excuse Network. This is the Afternoon Blitz Network. Please, you got more excuses than a guy out there asking for change because he knows damn good and well that Walmart has positions open and he's in Walmart parking lot, but he won't go take the application. He'll take the change instead.
Now, I will say this: what I do blame Herbert for is the Chargers not taking advantage in that first half. I think the Chargers defense played a superb job on Pat Mahomes. Remember, we're talking about a guy who just last week on opening day threw for 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, to only hold this guy to you pretty much almost held him scoreless in the first half. He gets the touchdown late in the end, but you cannot hold a quarterback like Pat Mahomes scoreless through almost 2 quarters and only put up 10 points.
Yep. And the Chargers had some 3 or 4 opportunities to have interceptions, and when you get opportunities, you have to take them.
You do.
They dropped 3 that were just clear, easy interceptions, and the other one,
those 50-50 balls.
The other one ended up getting reversed. That was close. I didn't know if they had enough to overturn it, but they ended up overturning it. That was a big play in the game. But yeah, if you got those opportunities, you got to take advantage of them. But if you just look at the box score of the game, you would have thought the Chargers won the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
they won almost every category.
Every category but one, turnover.
In the rushing.
Yep, in rushing.
And surprisingly, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he finally showed up. He had like 8 carries for about 79 yards, 74 yards. I mean, he had a nice big run in that game as well. So, I mean, honestly, the Chargers, this was their game to win. And I really feel like they lost this game. Shout out to the Chiefs defense. I got to give them some credit. They stepped up big in the second half. getting to the quarterback. Did you see that hit that Travis Kelce took? I mean, the man picked him up off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have we seen Travis Kelce get picked up off the ground and spine busted? I mean, he gave him a good old triple H spine, but I mean,
they almost stripped the ball away from him.
Yes, he did, because it popped up as he hit the ground. I mean, and Kelce was hurt. He knocked the wind out that man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you don't pick up, how the old adage goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I mean, Kelce fell hard.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm not trying to take it away from him at all. I definitely think, obviously, they did not give up much in the way of the run game, and I'm talking about the Chiefs defense. Yeah. They only gave up, I think, 3.1 yards per average. So they kept Eckler in containment. But, again, that defense, man, that pick six off Herbert that's the one that just got away, man, and it is what it is. All I can do now is live to fight another day.
Yeah, Eckler was not tearing that KC defense up all night. He had 14 carries for under 40 yards, dude. What game were you watching?
Yeah, I don't know what he was watching.
He watching that one that involves
Mike Williams was giving the Kansas City.
Oh, Mike Williams was man, he made some catches last night.
Hell, I saw Greg post last night on Facebook like, okay, Chiefs, it's time to double team Mike Williams, because Mike Williams was giving them hell. And that's what I'm saying, Jay. We're not giving Herbert excuses. But think about this. Think about adding a Keenan Allen to what Mike Williams was doing. Now you got a two-headed monster.
What do you need him for? If you're throwing 334,
you still need a number one receiver.
If you're throwing 334 and you're getting 3 touches and a pick, whether Keenan Allen is there or not, it's not going to prevent Herbert from throwing the ball to the wrong guy or the wrong side or whatever.
I get that, but
that's not a Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, wasn't the issue. The issue
was Keenan Allen, but you have Keenan Allen. But you have Keenan Allen.
More points in the first half.
Right, you able to capitalize on that. I was exactly.
Well, we look. We can speculate all we want, but
right.
I'm just saying we can speculate, right? I mean, clearly he had no problems because he threw the ball to like 8 or 9 different receivers. I mean, he had a plethora of people to throw the ball to. So whether Keenan is there or not doesn't really matter, because that's not what lost them the game. Not having Keenan Allen did not lose the game. It was that one missed throw that cost them the game. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, it just is what it is. It's all good. Hey, Chargers still going to be in the playoffs, so this game was really
well. We don't know that, Jay, because now the speculation is how hurt is Herbert. He took a nasty shot, and those ribs are.
Hopefully they're not broken. Hopefully they're just bruised.
Yeah, and as I mentioned with Ray earlier in the morning show, the AFC West is not a division, and what your leading man, your quarterback, can miss 2 to 3 weeks. You can't do
it. You just throw a few cortisone up in them ribs, it'll be all right.
Would you say pour that tussin on it?
Anthony, you are right on that one play.
Hey, listen, this is
the one play Herbert should have ran.
Get your ass out there.
Yeah, no, Anthony, you are right. That one play Herbert should have ran. He was in pain and he was starting to run. And he said, "Fuck it," he threw the ball. He should have ran, but I just think he was hurt so bad. He was like,
but you got to understand, ribs.
No. There's no misunderstanding. Look, I saw that. Now, I did see that play. And look, that first down marker was right there. He could have got that first down and gone straight out of bounds. He could have got that.
You got to understand, Jay, when you have a rib injury.
Ribs, man.
When you got a rib injury, when you breathe, you feel it. Like you can't even take a deep breath because you don't want to feel that pain.
Listen, I've had rib injuries, but I also understand you making millions. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses.
You had rib injuries, right?
Stop making excuses, Rob. Stop it. Right, see, that's the problem with these millennials. These millennials don't know how to deal with a little bit of pain.
Hey,
you know what?
Hey, you know what? Because
you know how many times I've seen Aikman out there, Favre out there, just all busted up, and they're still getting the job done. But then you get a little hangnail, and all of a sudden you're out for weeks.
Hey, did you see him rip that ball across the middle for that touchdown after that?
Yeah.
He came back and played. He came back and played well.
My point is, hey, look,
but
when you got Rob, when you got that dog in you, when you got that dog, You're going to get them 4 extra little yards, 3 extra little yards.
Hey,
You're going to get it. I promise you.
Hey, Jay, here's my rebuttal to you. You know what we see? Us millennials, we see our uncles with their back hunched over because you felt like you was too tough to sit down and you can barely walk. We don't want to walk. We don't want to end up like.
No, brother. Listen, they're not walking because of that. They're walking because that bank account's so fat they can't carry all that money.
You seen Kenny the Jet knees?
Hey, listen. You seen Kenny the Jet's pay? You see this money? You just don't understand the precious of $54 million.
Hey, you don't want to end up with the prime fingers.
But no, honestly, and what the great thing about the game is, we're going to get to see this game at least one more time this season.
One more time. I think
maybe twice, because maybe even in the playoffs, but at least one more time. And because it was a fun game to watch. And I think the next game is just going to be this. It's going to be the same thing. Going to be a real close game, and it's going to come up who takes advantage of them. Like we talked, the 50-50 opportunities.
Hey, we said it, Chris. We said it preseason. Me, you, Jay, Pride, Frankie, everybody screamed the AFC West was going to be the most exciting division in football, and every game was going to have that playoff atmosphere.
They're not letting us down at all.
Did you feel the intensity in that game last night? Did you not feel like you was watching the playoffs? I mean, I felt every moment of that game. It was a beautiful game to watch. The defense, both defenses came in. They said they're not going to let these quarterbacks have the advantage. It came down to who was going to make that big mistake because both of those guys were playing great football up until that pick six. So, I mean, it was just a beautiful game to watch. You know, Amazon Pride, you know, what a way to welcome them to the party.
I think a lot of people were mad about that because they couldn't find the game.
You know, I didn't have no problem. The moment I turned on my Fire Stick, it gave me a big advertisement. Watch Thursday Night Football. I said, don't mind if I do.
But did you notice there was a little bit of a blurriness in the screen? Like it wasn't as clear as it normally is. Like on ABC.
Ray mentioned that. I think it was because everybody was on the server at the same time. You know, when you're doing streaming like that, you know, you got to have different windows, different servers, which is what we learned if you play 2K, if you play Madden online. When everybody's on that same server, you can have problems. So I think they're gonna have to figure that out. But I'm interested to see the numbers of how many people viewed Amazon Prime. Is this deal worth it for the NFL? Not to mention, as Damian mentioned earlier, which I didn't know about, Jeff Bezos wants to buy the Washington Commanders. So, hey, he might be doing a little politicking with that.
Well, you saw him. They took a nice picture of him and Roger Goodell next to each other.
Yeah.
Hey,
and Anthony,
he hugged it up pretty good.
Anthony, I see your point. Joe Burrow gets hit all the time and still made it to the Super Bowl. But this was one game. Let's see where the Chargers go and what Herbert does. Just this was one game. This wasn't. It ain't like he's done this multiple games. This one game that he got hit and got hurt, got banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, though, I still think it's two plays. It's the one play of the interception, but it's the second play of him not getting that first. I'm sorry. He
ended up getting the first down on the next play, Jay. He got the first down on the next play, so it didn't matter.
Okay. I'm sorry. Well, he got it on the next play. But what about the other play?
Talking about the other
play.
I'm saying, why did he get that
was a mistake, but the time that he didn't get that first down because he stopped.
What I'm getting at, like I told Rob, I understand he might have got the first down at the next play, but a dog in the fight wants that first down. He wants to get those yards. So I'm just saying he kind of just showed a little bit of who he is and the mentality within him that he don't have that full-on dog.
Hey, he learned from the book of Cam Newton. Do not put yourself in harm's way trying to reach for that ball. But it was a great game, though, man. I mean,
we love Cam.
It was an exciting game, man. And I mean, if that's any indication of what we're going to see Sunday night and on Monday, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, the NFL season has been exciting so far. I mean, I feel like we're finally getting to see matchups we want to get. Teams have gotten better. I mean, you know, it's not a lot of pushover teams in the NFL as usual. So, you know, I'm definitely excited, you know, to see, you know, how this season continues to progress.
You know what's exciting when we're actually looking forward to seeing Detroit play the Commanders because they're actually favored. I mean, That just tells you that the league, like you said, is getting more competitive, even at the bottom teams, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Damian said Schefter just tweeted Herbert took some X-rays last night. They came out negative, but he's still going through some tests today. Okay. Yeah, I think with the X-rays
going to testing that heart, trying to find the dog. That's all.
Hey, wait a minute.
You better put some respect on Justin.
Are we going to bury a dude with some hurt ribs, but we're not going to bury Dak Prescott for walking off the field over a thumb?
Man, I'm just saying, if I'm giving you,
what,
Chris, I want the dog.
Chris, he had a huge thumb wrestling match after that fight.
Poodle out there. I don't want a poodle. I want the chihuahua.
Say what you want. I to me, Justin Herbert served some toughness last night. He finished the game, even though it was in garbage time, he was able to still get a TD. By that time, the writing was on the wall. We kind of saw that the Chiefs were going to win that game.
The time was out.
I don't know, though. Hey, they almost got the onside kick.
I wasn't worried about it.
Man, I'm just saying, it was damn close. If they would have pulled off that onside kick, oh my God. Did you see the onside? Did you watch the onside?
Hey,
I'm telling you, there was an opportunity there.
Hey, Jay, and if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk.
Oh, now excuses aren't a good thing. Okay. Man, how the tides have turned in this.
Amazon was 1080p. It wasn't in 4K, so that's probably what the difference we were seeing.
Ain't it amazing with all the technology that's going on? It's just a difference of numbers. You gotta be in 4K, crazy, 1080p. Remember when 720 HP was the biggest thing? Now you got 1080, you got 4K. In a minute,
is 4K like the biggest thing? I thought isn't there like a 5K or something?
In a minute, you just gonna have a virtual reality. You just gonna be sitting on your couch, but you'll have front row seats. Yeah. Hey, I just saw somebody on TikTok playing a virtual reality. It was like a virtual reality version of Madden, and I'm like, you get to do the passes and all the time. I said, you know what? Hey, video gaming is about to take a whole nother level. I might get back in the video game and I might drop a couple pounds.
No. Listen, that was a beautiful thing about having a controller and letting that little perfectly in tune guy go out there running that ball. The minute they start going to like virtual reality and you got to start doing some running, hey, them heavyset people going to drop like a fly.
Hey, that's why I say I got to get back into it. That's going to be my version of the gym.
Hey, listen, if you want to
do
play
some virtual reality boxing, I'll be back in the gym, boy, and get the hands ready at the same time.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Let me ask you this. You ever did the Wii boxing?
Yes, I did, man. I did the Wii boxing, the tennis, bowling. I did all
that Wii bowling, man. We used to play that all the time with the kids.
Oh, yeah, we used to get drunk and play some Wii bowling.
Hey, look, it's going to get to a point where you got to have some sort of athleticism to play these video games. You're not just going to be able to be that dude coming off the couch with a bag of Doritos and think you're going to do a 100-yard kickoff return. You'll trip on the couch. That ain't going to happen.
Damien said, question, do y'all think Amazon streaming all Thursday night football games, that WNBA should make a deal with Amazon to get their games more noticeable and help bring in more fans? I don't think
they got national TV. They're not doing it.
I don't think that's
what going to do. I don't think that's the problem. I think, honestly, I think the WNBA, first of all, they have to market more. And I think they should, I hate to say it this way, but you got to play to the heart of the audience. I think you should be pushing the fact that we're in a time right now that we want to have women, be seen in a different light, be seen as equal, to be, to take this sport seriously, because them girls do play their heart out. So I think that, you need to market that better. I barely seen any commercials for the WNBA finals.
Yeah, I really don't either. Their marketing is terrible.
And also, I think they need to target more women fans, because if you get women to buy in the WNBA, hey, men will start going to the games because their wife wants to go to the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they play,
man. More interesting. You got to target the women and get women to show up to watch it.
Yeah, and they should get their own.
The NBA is waiting on a male audience to get that sport going. They dead in the water already, because they know that's not ever going to happen. The only way the WNBA ever draws in money is specifically what Gonzo said. You got to get a women audience. And without a women audience, you're just not going to go anywhere. And that's exactly where they've been since way back in the 90s. I think it was the 90s, wasn't it, that the WNBA came around? Because that's when I think the comics were around.
Yeah.
I mean, the WNBA has been around a long damn time. It's been, 20 years? And they're still exactly where they were when it first started.
I won't say exactly where they were. They've made some progress.
Rob.
No, because I remember seeing those stands. I mean, at least now, people will show up for the playoffs. I mean, back in the day, it used to be empty in those stands, even on TV. You had certain teams that garnished a little attention.
I'm not saying they don't
the
put
LA Sparks,
stands, but what I'm saying is
that's what I'm saying. It's made progress. They're making money because seeing people in the stands mean that you're selling tickets. So they're making some money.
First of all, you know they're not making money. Well, if they are making money, they're certainly not giving it to the players. Otherwise, they would be over
They're not. They're not. I mean, they're giving it to the coaches and everything else.
Hey, Chris, let me ask you a question. Colts are on, and they're going up against, I don't know, Jacksonville, and I don't know, man, whatever your team is, the NBA team is playing. Who you watching? To be honest, who you watching?
Oh, that's not a fair question. But it's
a fair question. It's a fair question because you got to remember the WNBA, when they're playing, they're competing against other male sports. So how is it not? That's the matter of fact, that's the crutch of my whole argument. When the playoffs was going on in the WNBA, matter of fact, it's still going on. And I can honestly tell you, there may be a handful of people on this network, maybe even on the internet that I even see talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Look, watch this.
I'll tell you this.
Even outside of this network, you go on any network that's on, Facebook and see if in their descriptions, if they're breaking down the Aces and the Connecticut Sun playoffs or even any other thing after that. I guarantee you won't see it.
Let me tell you this.
And if you do,
Jay,
it's far in between.
Let me tell you this though, Jay, and you're gonna hate me for this. I've seen more WNBA stats than I've seen about baseball. I don't see any baseball stats at all. I've never seen anybody other than the people that that are friends with me personally from this network that are my Facebook friends. You guys are the only people I see talk about baseball, and I know some big sports heads.
If Amazon don't fix it, they'll crash. Yeah, the Amazon definitely going to take care of some problems on their.
Jeff Bezos got it. He got that money.
My dad said that WNBA needs to put ads on women's channels.
Oh, Bezos definitely got that money.
Hell yeah. If I'm WNBA, I'm definitely running an ad on Lifetime. All the time. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have ads talk about girl power. I'm going to make women want to watch basketball, even if they don't like the sport. You just going to want to come support the women. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You got to cater to the heart. You can't just, and Jay, to your point, I would not have my game playing the same night Thursday night football was playing.
Okay.
I wouldn't either. And I think to your point as well, how do you get women involved, like you said, when you don't see ads on TV? I guarantee you, I go on all day long. I don't see no ads about no WNBA.
I seen 2 ads about the WNBA, and that was on ESPN.
Yep. That's it.
That's exactly what it is. Matter of fact, if you go and you look on okay, watch this, Rob. I'm gonna hit you between the 4 eyes. If you go on ESPN right now and you go to their website and you click that little menu bar and then you start scrolling through all the different sports, right? Mm-hmm. It starts off with NFL, college, NHL, so forth, right? Now, mind you, we're in the playoffs of the WNBA. Mm-hmm. I don't even see WNBA until after rugby and tennis at the very freaking bottom. So if it's buried so far down, that tells you how much of a priority the WNBA is in the sports world. When they're in the playoffs, but I got to go all the way to the bottom. I got to scroll all the way to the bottom after freaking rugby. Who the hell watches rugby? But somehow or another, they made it above the WNBA.
Well, that's the thing. How many? There was probably people didn't even realize there was a WNBA finals game on last night.
Yeah, I think Anthony said that. Yeah.
Going to Anthony's point.
I honestly, only reason I knew is because I think I saw somebody on Facebook post about it.
Man, the only reason you know is because what's his face covers the sky. This your boy covers the sky, Rob.
Oh yeah, you know. Hey, hold on. Not just my boy. Say it right, Mike Hughes.
Mike Hughes. I mean, hey, seriously, if Mike Hughes wasn't covering the sky, I don't even know if I would have picked up an interest in it. So look, it is what it is.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know the Sun won the game and extended the series till I looked it up earlier.
Yeah, I saw.
Hey, look, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know the Suns were in
Center.
Connecticut. I thought they were in Phoenix until somebody told me. He's like, there's a Connecticut Sun. What?
Yeah, Connecticut has a team somewhere.
What a time to be alive, man. You know, when Connecticut's got a team, that tells you something.
David, to me, it all depends off the XFL grows if they would ever put them on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's just going to depend on what the XFL is with this in the new version with The Rock and his partners. I know they are a partner with the NFL, so that's going to help them.
Yeah,
but I think it's going to depend on how many people are watching the XFL before they make that move to maybe try to go to Amazon or something like that.
Right. See, what you got to remember with the whole Amazon Prime deal, that is to benefit Amazon, not to benefit the NFL. The NFL already has that.
Amazon's paying for that.
Right. Amazon is paying the NFL for that.
Yeah.
So while people are saying, okay, would the WNBA, would it help their views on Amazon Prime or would it help XFL? You got to establish your name first. Nobody's going to go to, if they're not going to ABC to watch WNBA, ain't no way in hell they going to Amazon Prime.
Rob,
to watch the WNBA.
If I go to ESPN and the WNBA tab is after the rugby tab, that just tells you Amazon ain't putting that crap on there anytime soon. They're going to have to get to at least the upper echelon of the scrolling in order to get themselves onto Amazon.
Hey, speaking of deals, I was just reading somebody posted the link in Facebook. I think it was Ray. Do you see that PayPal is going to end their partnership with the Phoenix Suns?
Yep.
If Sarver comes back after his suspension.
Listen, we were talking about that last night on Unscripted. I don't understand how Donald Sterling can make, racist comments, to the tune of, having his mistress hanging out with Magic Johnson, taking pictures and so forth. And then you got Sarver over there saying the N-word like 6 times, 5 times, however many it was. And then he's over there, with feminine inequality issues and making comments about their appearances and things of that nature. How the hell is he not being forced to relinquish the control rights to the Suns like Donald Sterling was? It makes no sense to me.
I mean, look, in today's world, now, luckily I got a wife, so I don't do that anymore.
You are lucky.
If I was single, I would still be afraid to flirt with a woman just because now you're questioning yourself. Am I doing this? Am I making the right comment? Am I making the wrong comment? Am I flirting at the right time? Does she want me to flirt with her? I mean, oh my God. In today's world, you almost got to sign a contract before you go on a date. Like, okay.
Well, definitely.
Is it okay for me to place my hand on your knee? Yeah. You want me to give you a hug? Sign yes or no. And I need your Jane Hancock. It's like I would be afraid.
No, you're right. You're making light of it, but it's the truth. I mean, look, when you're a single guy and you got the kind of money that these guys got, you got to know that there's people that are looking out there specifically to get that money from you, and they're not ashamed to do whatever they got to do to get it. So you do got to be really super conscientious about how you approach things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you probably got to do the traditional dating, and when you are flirting, you're right. You probably can't say, hey, I want to see your titty. Can I see your? No, you can't say that.
You can't even.
You may say. You may have to say, "Can I see your breast?" I don't know.
Yeah. You tell a woman you look nice. It's like they get offended.
So you saying any other day I don't look nice? It's like almost. It's like it's crazy, dude. Because the sad part is she might laugh and ha ha hee hee at that right then and there, and then 3 months later. You're being called in the office for sexual harassment, but she liked the comment. She made a comment towards me. That's what started it all off. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no. See, because what happened right there? See, there you go. There's where it went wrong right there. See, I told you, man. Listen, when you're that rich, or if you're just a dude in general, I always say the same phrase. I'm gonna say it again. The first one to the telephone, the other one's going to jail.
That's
so.
Facts.
If she gets there first, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes that's not true because sometimes
they didn't get there in time.
Hey, sometimes that's not true. Because sometimes the guy can get there first and he still go to jail too. Both of them go to jail. So.
But you do have a better chance if you're proactive rather than reactive.
Hey, look, and you're getting laughed at in the car.
You got your ass beat.
You gonna let this little girl whoop your ass?
Hey, but we are in a day and age now, man, where you need to have your cell phone recording all conversations.
You gotta
with
be
females.
careful. You gotta be careful. Like, dude, I'm like Shannon Sharp, bro. Like, I'm not getting on the elevator with a woman by myself. I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would let her go, and then I'll get on. Only time I get on is when it's a group of people. Like, I'm the same way. I don't want you saying I whistled at you. I don't want you saying none of that. I ain't did nothing. Matter of fact, I'll be hoping it's a camera on the elevator. I look in the camera the whole time. Like, you see me. I'm in my corner until my floor gets reached. Like,
and Jay, to your point, I think the only reason that Sarver wasn't forced to sell his team yet, and Sterling is like I said on Unscripted. All the owners and nobody liked Sterling, so they were looking for a way to get rid of him. And I think before this came out, that Sarver got along with a lot of people. You know what I mean? Because you never heard a whole lot about him. So I think that. Not saying it's right, but I think that's what the difference is. I think that's why. Well,
it's like everything else, right? If people blackball you and they're blackballing because they have a certain level of power, how can you defend that? You can't defend against that. It is what it is, you know. I mean,
hey, now I will say this though: if okay, you know, they might not say nothing to Sarver, but if that starts to cost money for the league, or other sponsors start to pull out because they don't like the way that the NBA conducts business. By letting this guy stick around, he will be gone.
Look, I have a very strong suspicion, and again, it's just a suspicion, but I got a very strong suspicion that, you know, eventually this is going to boil over in the media, and I do think people, you know, probably will react to that. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. It may not be at the level right now that they're telling him he's got to sell, but don't be surprised if down the road that doesn't become an option to them.
Donald Trump is the only person I know that can do crime in national TV and get away with it. So let that be a lesson to you guys.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, hey, listen. God, you know, Donald, if Donald would just learn to keep his mouth shut, he would have been so much better off.
Hey, Don was hilarious.
I
don't know who's funnier, his brassness or just Joe Biden. I just call him Joe. President
I call him Sleepy Joe. Hey, I call him Sleepy Joe.
He's hilarious for other reasons. I'd be like, somebody help Joe. He like one of those old uncles you see wandering around. Hey, somebody go get Uncle Joe.
Hey, well, you know, I have a sneaky suspicion that Joe Biden is somehow linked to the New World Order. You know what I'm talking about? You know what the New World Order is? Anybody know what that is?
Rob is out of this conversation.
No, listen. This isn't something that's underground. It's not underground. It's out in the wide open. Listen, there is an entire world. Google this. If you think I'm wrong, Google it. There is an entire world underneath the Denver airport.
Yeah, Colorado. I know about that.
Yeah, okay. What I'm telling you, the World Order is part of that.
I know about that. That's why if you've seen that movie Moonfall, that's why they kept telling everybody to go to Denver.
Yeah.
I know some stuff, Jay.
Hey, listen. There is a population of rich people.
About Fight Club.
Hey, there is a population of rich people that every year meets in Switzerland to have a conversation about how they want the world to the direction of the world to go in. I'm telling you. You think the president of the United States is running the country? No. You think Putin? No. There is a world order. I'm telling you, the people that are running this crazy world that we live in. It's crazy.
Rob, Jay mentioned the New World Order. I thought he was talking about the NWO.
I'll tell you. Right?
I thought he was talking about some WCW.
Hey, look, Chris, you see me. Jay getting a little too deep. I'm like,
dude, the LeBron.
I don't want no problems now.
Hey. No, but for real though, hey, if you think Biden can't even get up in the morning. He probably got somebody reminding him to get up. I mean, I'm just saying, if you think that, hey, listen, if you think that old decrepit guy who could barely form a sentence is running this world, oh, trust me, he ain't.
Okay, what's your thoughts on the NFL game?
Hey, talk about Brett Favre. Hey, how crazy is he doing right now?
Oh my God, Brett Favre, dude.
What?
Bro,
all I can do is shake my head at that situation.
I was a fan of Brett Favre as a football player. I really was. But when you see this stuff, it's hard to be a fan of the dude because it just shows how. I mean, you gotta be pretty cutthroat to take money from that's going to poor people that's struggling.
From
and not only that,
people. Let's just call it what it is. Poor people that's struggling, people that's probably living in houses that they ain't supposed to be in right now. I mean,
and Mississippi's one of the poorest states there is.
No, not one of.
Yeah.
The
so I mean, that even makes it worse. But
it's and the level.
What even makes it worse than that is you got these politicians that people vote in.
Oh yeah,
that you're supposed to have trust in, and they're in it just as much as Favre is, if not more.
That's why I don't vote.
No, but it's crazy. Hey, when you know you got the governor, and then you got the woman that's in charge of the community education center that's tasked.
You got the DBS.
Taking that money involved with you,
like we said yesterday.
Like, don't worry, man. We got
everybody has a price for the $1 million man.
Hey,
I know it's just
crazy.
It's real bad though because you do this. You didn't even do this for like a noble cause. You do this because your daughter is going to your alma mater, and you want to build a volleyball center. You're taking money out of people's mouths because you want somewhere where little girls can play volleyball. Let that sink in.
Hey, Favre's made over $100 million in his career. He could,
and that's just football, Chris.
Yeah, that's just football.
That's just football. We're not talking about sponsorship.
If you want that college to have a new volleyball arena, help pay for it. Hell, you've made enough money.
His contract with Wrangler Jeans could have paid for the shit.
Listen, let me tell you something. You know how the rich stay rich? The rich stay rich using other people's money, i.e., welfare funds. I'm just saying. Look, his daughter. Hey, his daughter was actually on the volleyball team at Mississippi State when he was trying to get that money for that stadium. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
And the thing that just it gets to me, like, and I understand what Ray is saying. I'm trying to look at it from that point of view. But regardless if Brett Favre didn't know the money was coming from welfare, the fact that you text, if I take this money, will people know where it came from? That you knew it was coming from somewhere it wasn't supposed to come from. I can't see it any other way from that. Even if you didn't know, honest to God, and say I didn't know that I was taken from the welfare fund. You knew that it was coming from somewhere that wasn't right, because if you didn't, then you wouldn't ask a question like that.
Look, well, first of all, let's just be honest. Let's be honest. He's talking to Nancy New. Hey, he's talking to Nancy New. And like I said, Nancy New is in charge of the welfare money. How does you cannot tell me Brett Favre didn't know that was coming from welfare money, but not specifically her damn job.
You ain't took that many hits playing football, bro.
Bruh. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, seriously, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Brett. Come on. We ain't stupid.
David said Schefter just tweeted Cardinals, Rondell Moore, and Andy Isabella out this weekend. Also, Colts wide receiver Alec Pierce and Colts linebacker Shaquille Leonard are out this weekend. We need Shaquille back. But
I guess we're looking at another tie with the Jags.
Oh no, we tie with the Jags. You got. I might not.
I don't know how
week.
you start this season 0-2.
I might pull a pride and take a hiatus. We tie with the Jags.
You go take a sabbatical.
Yeah, take a sabbatical.
Your famous sabbatical. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If they do 2 ties, would that be the first time in history that it was back-to-back ties?
I think so. I don't remember a team having back-to-back ties. Has there ever been a team to have more than one tie in a season?
I don't think so.
Bro, hey, you know what was interesting? I don't know if y'all have seen this or heard about this or not, but Herschel Walker is actually running to be a senator for the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
And he's been running, and his opponent, Raphael Warnock's been running these ads that shows Herschel Walker saying, I was a member of the Cobb County Police. And then right behind it, you hear the Cobb County Police has never heard of Herschel Walker ever working for it. And then he goes, I was once operations with the task force for the FBI. And then the FBI comes and says, we've never heard of Herschel Walker work. I mean, they're just killing this dude every time. And then at the end of it, he goes, Herschel Walker, a man of violence, put a gun to his wife's head. And then he see his ex-wife come on right behind. And he said, Herschel put a gun to my head and threatened to blow my brains out. And I'm just like, damn, Herschel, you can't get a break in this state.
Wow.
I mean, the political commercials are ruthless, dude. They don't hold it's no holds barred.
They are. I mean, it's not the weirdest thing I've heard of. You know, we've seen Jesse the Body Ventura be governor. We see Kane now mayor of Knoxville. I mean, it's not a weird thing to see a sports figure run for politics. But the fact that, I mean, you got to remember when you're trying to step in that political game, whatever closets you think whatever you think you've been hiding in the closets, they're gonna find the closet that the closet been hiding in.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Listen, and they will dig back all the way to like junior high school. Herschel Walker in 6th grade beat up Timothy.
Hey, I'm telling you,
the one-legged white boy. I mean,
when he was 8 years old, he punched Johnny in the eye.
I mean, oh my God. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. Hey,
them ads are terrible. I wish they would even put them on TV.
Hey, you know what though? It just shows you.
Hey, Damon, calm down there. The Colts are not going 0-17.
That's why I let out that little laugh when I saw that.
Oh my God! If that happened, we would be talking about that for years.
Oh my God!
17 ties, dude, I'll die. So if I had to go sit through 17 ties, I'd have a heart attack.
And you thought the Reds were bad.
Hashtag tied up.
Hey, hashtag if Gonzo says he's a fan of your team, run. I think he's bad luck. He's got bad juju. He's got bad juju on the team.
Oh my God. Hey, you know what though? I'm really sad I ain't get to see Greg on here because I saw him going through so many emotions last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Greg was definitely going through some emotions. Let me tell you.
Oh my God. I mean, hey.
I wonder how many times he hit the table last night.
Oh, I know he was pissed off. I mean, like you said, hey, Chris, to your point, it was almost at least 3 that the Chargers should have came away with. Because I was like, come on, Pat. It was like night and day. I'm like, wait, hold on. Where's 5 touchdown Pat at? You know, he started grooving in the second half, but I mean, now I will say this. Pat Mahomes had a nice little sidearm touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
That he threw. Oh my God.
I saw that.
And I remember, Chris, we talked about that yesterday about how much of a wizard he is with that football. And he right on cue. I mean, he pulled that one out his ass, didn't he?
Yep.
Hey, let me ask you this: when they're in sports, I gotta imagine when you first come into the league, whether it be NBA, NFL, MLB, whatever, aren't there classes? Don't they give them like classes that tells them, you know, what to say and what not to say on social media and things like that? Don't they give them these classes?
I'm not sure.
I know they go through like they do have like some
money
type of financial like financial literacy class. But I think some of the sense, and then second, you got like veterans. I don't think because there's only so much you can do as a company, you know, monitoring people's social media accounts. Some of that stuff you just got to take onus for. Like you know, I'm playing for a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm contracted by this company. Maybe me posting a blunt in my mouth is not the best thing I should do right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just
right.
It's some stuff is just common sense. Okay, I'm not telling you not to smoke. I'm not telling you like Stephen A. stay off the weed. What I'm telling you is keep everybody out your business.
Everybody don't need to be knowing what you're doing.
I say that.
Everybody don't need to know what you're doing. That's the problem. One of the problems with our society now.
Out your business.
I mean, honestly, hey,
everybody puts all their business on social media, and I mean, everybody knows what everybody's doing anymore. It's just that's one reason I think houses get broken.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. Like, if I was a sports agent,
you advertising that you're not going to be home, or you advertising what's in the house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just don't understand. I guess what I'm saying is, if I'm a sports agent and I'm getting a new client or whatever, whoever he may be, I'm like, look, bro. If you say some controversial stuff, you're going to lose money. Like you're going to lose endorsement money. You're going to lose league money. So mind what you say. I'm not telling you, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just saying if you like keeping your money, stay off social media. Or if you're on social media, just make sure that it's, sterilized type comments. Don't let everything out there. I say that to say this. And this is like every time I turn around, there's something on social media that's just ridiculous. And then 2 seconds later, you either see the post deleted or you get the apology tweet. And I'm like, and I don't know if these guys are jacked up on drinking or smoking and they're just making bad decisions. But I'm just going to use Anthony Edwards. You know what he did. He had the anti-gay slur comment from the inside of his car as he's posting a video on Instagram about a certain level of bystanders that he just happened to observe on the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, what are you thinking? What are you doing? No matter how you may feel about a certain thing, and no matter what it is, you can't just say things like that because, number one, it's wrong. And number two, you're gonna lose money. In some way, shape, or form, your reputation is gonna take a hit, and you're gonna lose money.
Yeah, and I get the argument that some athletes or just celebrities in general, I get the argument that they're saying, "Hey, I'm great at what I do, but I'm still a regular person like you." But you have to realize you're not getting paid like a regular person. Sometimes you're getting paid for not just what you do, but for the influence you have on certain people. So unfortunately, you're not going to be judged like regular people. And Jay, to your point, I think some agents do that, and I can't speak personally from a sports agent point of view, but I think it also depends on the type of star level you have. If an agency, you're going to be some type of mediocre player, you're going to probably be a 6-man, 7-man coming off the bench, or the 12th or 13th man in football, then maybe I might mention that to you, but I'm not really on you. Like if I'm LeBron James' agent, I'm on LeBron. Hey, bro, watch your mouth, bro, because you're going to cost money for both of us. You know what I'm saying? But if I know you're a mediocre player, I might mention it to you. I don't really care what you do. Why? Because I'm going to get paid regardless. But if I see that I can make, if my career depends on you, Jordan Clarkson is not going to make or break my career, but Luka Doncic will. So you know what I'm saying? If I'm a sports agent, I might say, "Hey, Jordan, watch what you say, okay? Just remember, your reputation and your money is on the line." But if I'm Luka, hey, Luka, if Luka's my agent, my representation, my representative, I'm going to Luka saying, "Hey, watch what you say. You got a lot riding on this, man. We got Pepsi looking at us. We got Coca-Cola looking at us. We got Sprite looking at us. The CEO for Sprite is he happens to be a homosexual. Watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? It's like
look how big the studios are now, man.
And the thing about it is a lot of times these athletes don't understand that when they come into the league, they're actually moonlighting 2 different jobs. Your first job is to the NFL, MLB, whatever, as a player, but your second job is your endorsement dollars that you're bringing in.
No, second job is to yourself. You are the business.
But you know what though? But the biggest way to understand that is if you look at LeBron James's career, And if you look at Tiger Woods' career, the majority of their wealth never came from the sport in which they played. It came from the endorsement dollars and the business deals that came along with who they were.
Same thing.
That's
Same
where
with
their
Michael,
money's at. It ain't in that
with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Steph Curry's going to be the same way.
Yes, I mean he's seen more money from, and Steph Curry has actually made money on the basketball court. So has LeBron James, but it's just amazing what these companies are paying
Steph's
for.
getting ready to sign a lifetime deal with
$1
billion.
Yeah.
Hey,
but think about this.
The thing about it is,
Steph
though,
Curry is
it's all the way down to even the smallest of athletes. And I'm telling you, like I said, my friend Joe, he only had a couple of 10-day contracts, and he did play a little bit, with other teams, but he wasn't like the mega star. He was just, he was an okay basketball player in terms of celebrityism, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at his life after basketball, he was able to start up his own insurance company. He was able to do, he became judge for the certain area. So now he's a judge. He's got a real estate company. He's on the board of education. I mean, he's got all these different charities and things of all of his. I mean, his life has exploded after his basketball career. But I guarantee you, it was that basketball career and the reputation that he built up during that time period that allowed him to have his secondary career once basketball was over. And that's what people don't understand, is that even though you think basketball is basketball opens up doors for long after you've left basketball. But if your reputation takes hit for gay slurs and this, that, and the other, you're screwed. You screwed over your reputation for after basketball.
Anthony, by the way, I say H2O over both.
H2O.
I prefer water over Pepsi or Coca-Cola.
But no, man, I just don't think that these guys, the players, are looking at, life after basketball in terms of their reputation. Sometimes your reputation is your money maker. That's where your money's at. And if you destroy your brand, you yourself are a brand. And if you're out there destroying your own personal brand, come on, man. We got to start using our heads more, damn it. Start getting in these players' ears.
We do, but like I said, Jay, I think me and you discussed this quite some time ago. So unfortunately, I think they're thrown a lot so fast, so quickly that, sometimes you can't comprehend that I have to change my mode of thinking. You can't still be thinking.
And I get that. And that's what, and I get that too, right? Yeah. And that's why I feel like is, okay, if the parents and the school administrators and people like that, nobody wanted to get involved in that child's life coming up and all they knew was this, and this, at the very least, the agent that signs them now, it's not their responsibility to be the parental figure or whatever. But at the same time, if these dudes are doing right by their clients, they're going to teach them, hey, look, these are the pitfalls you're going to face in your career. These are the things you got to avoid if you want to keep your money. I'm just saying.
But also, you got to be willing to receive that information.
Let me ask you.
Well, if you ignore it, then you just get what you get.
Let me ask you guys a question. You think it would help? I don't know if they could even do this or if the players would even be down for it. But what if either the NFL or even with the NIL now, because I hear the NIL, they keep saying there needs to be some kind of regulations. What if, like, say, a certain percentage of your contract got put into like a savings account or something that you couldn't touch for a certain amount of years? Maybe that would help some of these players not to go bankrupt.
Well, it certainly helped out Allen Iverson, didn't it? I mean, AI had that set up. And
I don't know if that's possible for them to put that kind of rule in.
Allen Iverson set that up himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I think he had somebody talking in his ear.
I don't know if it'd be possible because of that.
I think to make it a regulation, it's kind of like it's different when you're on a job and you telling somebody, hey, this 401k. Yeah. Even when you're on a job, a 401k is optional.
Yeah, it's optional.
It's optional. So I think it would be. I think you can make it an option. I think it'll be nice to make it an option, but to tell them like, "Hey, I'm holding this money." You can't tell me what you're gonna do with my money. I want my money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? If they would even if they just put like 10% back or something, at least they'll have something to fall back on.
And again, I think the biggest thing that I really I try to impress on people is, like, as people, we have a due diligence to our younger generations coming up, whether they're related to you or not, to just talk to them about finances and things like that. I wish they kind of did away with home economics in high school, but I thought that was a great class because they taught you about finance. They taught you about, things like that can help you outside of school. I mean, there's a lot of education, that you need, but you also need financial education and independent living education so you can learn how to make your way in the world. And I just think as a people, we have to do a better job with our young folk and giving them, life lessons to help them. Now, again, to your point, they're either going to listen to it or not, but at least they knew right, or somebody took the time to invest in them.
Anthony says, when college players go to the NFL Combine, who pays for it, the college or the NFL? I'm not 100% sure, but I would say the NFL pays for them players to come to the Combine.
But is it, or is it their agents that do that?
Maybe it looks like it says for all medical, mental, personal, and physical evaluations done at the NFL Combine, does any of it correlate with real NFL success? It says NFL clubs pay for the Combine. As clients of the scouting services that run it, they must be getting some benefit out of it. So it looks like the NFL clubs pay for it. So I'm guessing maybe owners pay for it. But you also got to look at it too. I'm paying for that because I'm looking for new prospects as well. Yeah. So I get to evaluate.
Well, and now they've turned it into a TV event, and they showed it on primetime television.
Oh, now. It's a business. It still is.
I would imagine it like NFL team owners, NBA team owners. They probably have to pay a certain amount of money per year to these leagues to be in the league, right? I mean, they got to do it. So I'm sure that money they donate to the league probably filters down, like you said, into those NFL combines and whatever else it is they got going on. It's almost like you're paying HOA, like the owners paying HOA to be into the league.
And be honest, a lot of it is going to get paid for by the NFL's TV deals and all their advertising.
Not to mention you getting like Chris alluded to, you getting the deal with the combine, with the actual combine. Because I think, and I actually think, this is just a theory of mine, but I think video games open that door up. Because now on video games, if you're playing career mode, you get to actually go behind the scenes of what an athlete goes through before they reach the pro level. And I think that piques the interest of a lot of people, especially future athletes. You want to know about, what happens if I have to play overseas? What happens when I'm going through these trainings? While, if I'm playing basketball, I'm going to these pro-hams and to these exhibition games to get my name out there, because unfortunately, a lot of that stuff is politics. Because you could be the best player in the world. If you don't have a name, I don't even know to watch for you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the whole purpose of getting these tapes together in this film and these highlight tapes, so people can, YouTube has helped in that endeavor. You see so many people now just upload their highlight tapes on YouTube.
YouTube is social media in general is a beautiful thing nowadays because it allows you, even in high school and junior high and so forth, to put everything out there. So you're already building that NFL, MLB, NBA resume even before you ever even get to the college level.
Perfect example.
That's what I love about social media.
Yeah, perfect example. Look at Zion. How much buzz did Zion have while he was in high school?
Well, hell, go back to LeBron James.
Yeah. And I think LeBron was coming in that early era of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say social media wasn't even real big as big when LeBron first came in.
Well, but we all heard about it though, didn't we?
Yeah, because ESPN. I mean, all of his games was on high school. Or his high school games was on television.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Hey, real quick, I switch gears, and Rob, you're probably gonna hate me, but I gotta talk about Aaron Judge for a second.
Are you talking about him about to break this record?
Bruh, it's just much more than a record. He's on the verge of a triple crown.
What is it? What is it now?
I'm about to break the triple crown down to you. I will tell you, there's only been in over 100 years in baseball. There's only been 12 winners of the triple crown. 12. Mm-hmm. And what a triple crown is exactly what it means. It means you're the leader of 3 categories. You're the leader in batting average. You're the leader in RBIs. And you're the leader in home runs. So if you're the leader in those 3 categories, that means you got the triple crown when the regular season comes to an end. And right now, Aaron Judge leads 2 out of the 3 categories. He leads in home runs and RBIs, and he's only 0.024 or 0.014 away from the 3rd batting average title. So he is literally a few hits and a few dingers away from a Triple Crown, as long as he keeps going at the pace he's going. So, I mean, it's more than just Roger Maris. I mean, we're talking about the elite of the elite if you get the Triple Crown. Like, there's no, like, you thought Michael Trout was the face of MLB? If this dude gets a Triple Crown, Mike Trout would be like his bat boy. For real. For real. No, I'm serious. I'm for real. Because it's such a rare feat. I'm making that up. I'm just showing you how hard that is to achieve. It's almost as hard as trying to get a perfect game, if not harder. Because like I said, in over 100 years, there's only been 12. Now, again, it does not take into consideration of the Negro Leagues. And so there's a lot of history that, we are not privy to combine into that. But just for what we know and just for what we have, it's still a pretty damn amazing thing to hit.
Yeah, no, it is. I think he's gonna break Maris's record, but I don't think he's gonna get the Triple Crown. I just don't think Goldschmidt's gonna drop off enough on his batting average for Judge to catch him over these last.
I don't know. I think at this point, if I'm Aaron Judge, I'm probably gonna hire some nonchalant person, and we'll take care of Goldschmidt.
You're gonna pull Tanya Harding.
Hey, I'm not. I didn't say it, but now that you said it, it's real. I want people to. Gonzo is the one that said it. I don't know anything about this, but I would probably investigate Gonzo, as he does look suspicious. Gonzo's like, damn it, Jay, why did you get me in this conversation?
Let me ask you one quick question, Jay. Who do you look at as the real home run king, Maris or Bonds?
Oh, I've always said Maris. I've always and not that I take anything away from Bonds, and I know it's going to sound rough that way, but I always said when you play the game completely clean and somebody's got intoxicants in their system, come on, man.
Let me ask you this:
You
believe that Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame?
I do believe he should be in the Hall of Fame. I would never want to take that away from anybody. Roger Clemens, Pete Rose, not as a manager now, but as a player. I'm putting Pete in there. I don't give a damn. He's the most morally unrighteous person in the world. I'm going to put Pete in there because 3,000 or the career hit leader is something that still has not been approached. So I'm putting him in.
I think they all should be in the Hall of Fame. Them guys, Clemens, the guys have been accused, and here's my reasoning behind it. Major League Baseball knew it was happening, and they encouraged it because it was helping baseball get back the fans that they lost during the strike. So baseball was encouraging it. They didn't do anything to stop it until Congress got involved. Then they wanted to crucify all these guys. So to me, the Hall of Fame is supposed to tell the history of the game. And if you don't have
I agree.
You don't have them guys in the Hall of Fame, that's a big part of the history of the game that's not being told.
And even now, if you look at ESPN, they're not saying, we're not hyping up. Can Judge get to Barry Bonds 73?
Or Mark
They're
McGuire,
saying, can he get to Roger Maris's 61? So that just kind of gives you an idea of even Major League Baseball looks at it that way, or even people. And I got to be honest with you, when Aaron Judge, I'm pretty sure Aaron's clean. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's a clean baseball player. And when he hits 62, and I think he will hit 62, I can look at Aaron Judge and say, like, okay, that's a single season home run champion, Aaron Judge, and I'll say it proudly because he did it the right way.
I was reading emails, Anthony. Mind your business. I'm listening to them talk baseball, but you're right. It was like, okay, I know what Aaron did. I know who he is and what record he's about to break. But that was my intermission period.
Hey, let me tell you what Rob's doing. Rob got that baseball Google opened up, and every time we say something, RBI. What's RBI?
I know what RBI means.
What's Triple Crown? 3 major categories.
RBI means that, the runner scored and you didn't hit a home run. I know what that means.
Hey, listen, let me ask you this question.
Runners batted in, right? Is that what that means?
Do you have baseball translator open? That way, when me and Gonzo speak, it breaks it down in another language.
I don't need it. I know about the game of baseball.
Don't worry, because I'm gonna tell you right now. No, I'm telling you, listen. I speak from personal experience. When I because I know what you're going through. When I get around, pretty much everybody that's associated with Unscripted, to include Tony Gonzalez, which was the father to Gonzo, and they start talking wrestling. Man, I got YouTube open. I got freaking Google open. I got translator open. I mean, I literally had them all just to understand.
Jay be Googling like, who is Kamala? Like,
listen, let me tell you something. You know how I enjoy this with those guys? I typically will pour something like this with no ice, jack up to here, and then I will sit down and listen to wrestling, and it keeps me entertained when I have no clue as to what I'm actually watching. So it's
let me ask you guys this: like, I know Rob's a big boxing guy. What do you think about Canelo and Triple G tomorrow night?
Oh, that's right. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! Hey, now boxing, I know. Let's go, Rob.
Okay.
We're gonna do. My dad and I are gonna do a watch along for it tomorrow night. If you guys want to jump on, you're more than welcome.
You know what? I might have to. If I'm at home. I just got back in town, so it's time that must be spent with the wife. You know how that must go on.
I was about to say I would join you tomorrow night, but the wife is giving me my personal watch along, so I'm just saying.
but I will say this. This is gonna be a fight. Now, I'm a little nervous because Triple G has been out of the game for a while. He hasn't been boxing, but I mean, a guy with that type of punching power, I don't think.
But who do you think wins?
I think Canelo wins, though. I think
now
Canelo is just. Canelo needs to bounce back from that loss that he had. When he tried to move up to the heavyweight class. But I think as far as middleweight goes, he runs that division.
Interesting. You know what else I saw was Fury and Joshua got their fight approved. Now, does Joshua have the other title that Fury needs to unite?
No, it's
who has that one?
Alexander Usyk.
Okay, so that's the
fight. Right now,
I
Tyson.
still don't understand why Fury's fighting Joshua. That don't make no sense.
Like I said, the only thing I can agree with is that it's going to be a massive payday because they're going to fight in the United Kingdom, and they are both superstars out there in the UK. So they're definitely going to sell out a stadium. I don't know how many pay-per-view buys they'll get, but we're talking about in person. They're going to sell out. They'll probably have people outside.
Well, they'll have over 100,000 people there, like
for sure.
Fury's last fight in England.
For sure. I mean, that's a big time fight in the UK. Now for boxing fans and people, that like to critique the sport of boxing, it's a dumb call for Fury. I mean, you don't need to fight Joshua. Joshua has lost twice to Alexander Usyk. He lost his title and then lost the rematch. So, the Usyk fight is what we want to see. We want to see the heavyweight title unified.
But we know that Fury's been kind of, flirting with retirement. Are we ever going to see that unification fight?
Oh, it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Remember, Usyk right now, he's still.
The only way it don't happen
in the Ukraine
is if he loses to Joshua.
Yeah.
Is
this going to be a title fight against Joshua?
Because then the unification fight would be between Joshua and Usyk if that was the case.
Is this going to be a title fight between Fury and Joshua?
Not a title fight, I would imagine. Because if it wasn't a title fight, they wouldn't get as much money, right? That would be.
I was assuming it was.
I'm assuming that Joshua trying to at least get one heavyweight title back. But I'm gonna tell you like this:
if it's a title fight, that would draw more money, right? Obviously, than a non-title.
Not necessarily.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like wrestling. I mean, boxing. You can just put two names together, and if those names are big names, it doesn't necessarily have to be a title on the line for it to draw money. I don't think people really follow championships like that in boxing. Because it's so all over the place. You got like 4 or 5 divisions in boxing, and each one of those companies have a title. So you got the WBC title, the IBF title. You got the WBO title. I mean, so that's the whole purpose of trying to unify. So like, even when Mayweather was doing his thing, Pacquiao was still a champion over here. Canelo was a champion over there. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's kind of hard to keep up with the titles, but Usyk and Fury would definitely be a big time fight because we know only those two guys hold titles in the heavyweight division.
Curious, Damon asked the question, he thought Fury wants to fight Ngannou in the octagon. Have y'all heard anything like that?
Yeah. That was a rumor going around. I think Fury should worry about right now the sport that pays. I think stuff like that is for retirement or exhibition. But right now, while you're trying to unify the titles or bring significance back to the heavyweight division, you don't want to go to the UFC and actually get hurt because Ngannou is nothing like McGregor. I mean, especially if you fighting his fight, he might hurt Fury. So I'm just,
Right. Is Ngannou more of a grappler or is he more of a boxer?
I think Ngannou does a little bit of everything, man.
So that would really hurt Fury because can Fury be a grappler if he goes to the ground?
I mean, even though Mayweather was officially retired from the sport of boxing when he fought McGregor, his reputation still would have took a hit if McGregor would have went in there and whooped his ass.
Oh God, his reputation would have taken a huge hit. I think if that happened,
and it kind of would have spit in the face of boxing. That you got a guy coming from UFC, fighting who was the best pound for pound boxer, and handling them. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like you guys couldn't do this, but McGregor saw. That's a whole different world. And just like I told people, I wasn't one-sided. I said if Mayweather step his ass in that octagon, McGregor is going to kick his ass. Like,
because when you can use the entire body and not just your hands,
it's hard. It's two different styles of fighting. Because in UFC, you train differently from how a boxer is trained.
You have to. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
But yeah, I got Canelo. I don't say Canelo.
I do wish Mayweather would do that, though. I would just love to see that happen.
Man, I think it's for the title. I can't find nowhere where it says it's not for the title.
If he's fighting Anthony Joshua for the title, it makes it even more stupid to me. Why are you putting your title on the line against this dude that just lost twice?
Yeah, I don't.
That's understand. Like giving Deontay Wilder a fourth fight.
Yeah, it has to be all about the money because the two being that it'd be like you said, it's going to be big over there, both being British guys. But
but I'll tell you this:
you're taking a big risk because that Usyk fight would be a lot of money as well.
It would, but after a fight with Anthony Joshua, I could understand if Fury said, "I'm done after this," because now I'm retiring champion and I just got a major payday.
Look, and I guess. After the clash at the castle, I guess Fury said that he wants to become a full-time WWE guy.
Man, he ain't gonna be nothing but another great Khali. Stay away from WWE, Fury. That's not for you.
Hey, let me ask you this:
I think the big show in the Undertaker,
if you hold a title, hey, if you hold a title in boxing, is there a requirement that every year you have to defend the title, or does it matter?
I mean, you have to have title defenses. I don't know about every year, but I would assume every year that the title should go online. But that's something I could research and look into. But I don't know if I know you have to defend your title. How often you have to defend it, I don't know, because remember, I think Mayweather, it took him 2 or 3 years, and before he defended his title. I think this was after he came home from jail. So yeah, and I don't know if he had to vacate it or not. I just know he was champion around that time. I know actually he did get his title back when he knocked out Ortiz.
Interesting. Okay.
When he knocked out Victor Ortiz, he got his title back.
What's your thoughts on reports of Vince McMahon possibly coming back because he wants a proper retirement at Mania?
If Vince McMahon is as smart as businessman as I suspect him to be, he should stay far away from the WWE right now, especially with his baby picking up momentum. WWE is fun again. I don't know if you guys have been watching. I'm actually getting to the point I don't want to miss it now.
Oh yeah, I've been watching. He might make an appearance or something. He might make an appearance at like a Mania or something. But he ain't coming back and running the company or nothing like that.
Let Triple H do what he's been doing. I even heard, and I haven't seen the NXT. They said that the black and gold is kind of coming back.
Yep, they changed the logo, got rid of that color logo, and Got rid of the 2.0.
Let me give a standing ovation to Triple H.
Oh, hey, did you see them? So you didn't see the main event of NXT?
I didn't catch NXT.
You can go back and watch that. It was Carmelo Hayes, or no, I'm messing it up. It was Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker came out.
Oh, really?
Not Braun Breaker. Solo Sikoa came out. Who they moved up,
right? Because
he came out. He came out, took the North American championship from Carmelo Hayes. So I think that's setting up, moving Carmelo Hayes up to the main roster, going back after that belt.
So you think that they now going to have that title as a main roster title?
At least I think they're going to for this, because I would say since Sikoa got it, he's going to defend it probably on SmackDown against Hayes, and that's how they move Hayes up, is what I'm thinking is going to happen.
So you telling me that everybody in the bloodline now has gold?
Yes.
You gotta love it, baby. You gotta love it.
Hey, dude, and it was a great match. Hayes and Sikoa was a real good match.
Oh, I bet Sikoa was a great. Hey, your father makes a great point. Now that I can see happening, Vince McMahon going into the Hall of Fame.
That's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen.
Even though it's his damn company, you got to understand. And this is what a lot of people don't. They like, well, how can you celebrate Vince? He runs WWE. He didn't have to do none of the stuff that he did. The fact that he put his body on the line as a superstar, the fact that he actually had interesting storylines that we went into. I mean, Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, that rivalry is classic.
Hey, people can hate it, and you can hate Vince McMahon, but if it wasn't for Vince McMahon, wrestling would not be what it is today.
It wouldn't. And I mean, he deserves to be in all type sports and entertainment Hall of Fame. I mean, what he did for WWE, turning that small company into a multi-billion-dollar corporation, it's amazing, man.
Yeah, wrestling went from territory. It went from territories to global.
I mean, you're having matches in India. I mean, you're out there in Turkey. Like, you're at places where, unfortunately, the women have to cover up, because they don't play that mess out there in Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. So, it's amazing to see the heights that this company has went to. So, hey.
Didn't they say Bonner wanted to make history and be the first gay?
Bonner's Boner
champion.
What Bonner?
I'm not sure on that.
Which Bonner he talking about?
I don't know. He said, didn't they say Bonner wants to make history and be the first gay champion?
I'm afraid to read that whole sentence like you just did.
Before we get to the final thoughts,
hey, that's what it's. I'm just reading it. I didn't say I put it there.
No, I get you, Jay. I just some stuff, I just was going.
Yeah,
I read that in here. And when I read it in here, it didn't sound right if I would have said that out loud. I said, did he say Boner to be a gay? Okay.
Triple H is trying to change NXT from I don't think he's going to change NXT from developing wrestlers. I think it's going to be like the black and gold. They're going to develop the wrestlers, and they're going to keep moving them up.
I think it's his own entity, though. I think NXT is like its own entity, because some people on NXT, they don't want to go to the main roster. They like where they at. And NXT now has a name for itself.
Right.
It does. And them guys, they're making decent money to be on NXT. I mean,
they are.
Some of them guys are making good money. So
they are. I mean, NXT kind of gives you that old school feel. You know what I mean? And now the main roster is starting to follow suit. But even AEW, they starting to crank it up. I know they had the fiasco with CM Punk, and I don't know what diva card he's played, but he won the title and relinquished the title, and now they having a tournament for the title. But that Daniel Bryanson versus John Moxley, I'm telling you, I'm there for it. I'm there for
it. Yeah. That should be.
I think it's going to be good.
Where's that title defense being held at?
That I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it on a pay-per-view or they're going to do it before the pay-per-view.
Or what? Which title defense?
Not title defense, but they're going to be fighting for the title.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's next week on Dynamite.
Okay, yeah. They fight.
They're going to have that next week on Dynamite for the championship.
What city is
watching that?
I'm not sure what city it's in.
Interesting. Okay,
but I'm gonna definitely be watching that. Oh, you talking about Anthony Bowens from AEW?
Oh, okay. Bowens.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't. I just like the way that professional wrestling is going right now.
If they're smart, and not because of his wrestling ability, but if they're smart, they make MJF a champion here soon.
I actually AEW better hold on to MJF because I'm telling you, WWE is
he's gonna be in WWE.
WWE is looking at him because MJF is just a star. It's just certain people that got it.
He's not the best in the ring. He's not the best in the ring, but
neither was Hulk Hogan, dude. You know what? I was just watching,
I know that's what I'm saying.
I was just watching a compilation on Hulk Hogan, right? Because I was listening. I'm a fan of that song Voodoo Child. So I was listening to the original song by Jimi Hendrix. And for some reason, I just automatically walked out like this, like as I'm listening to it. So it made me go watch Hulk Hogan's compilation. And I have to give it up to the man. For him to reinvent himself from the all-American hero, Mr. Do-Goody Two-Shoes himself, the red and yellow Hulk Hogan, to reinvent himself to Hollywood Hulk Hogan, a bona fide heel, a cocky dude. I mean, the man had to sound the biggest icon in wrestling playing throughout the song as he's coming down the ring. I mean, if that's not ego, I don't know what is. For him to reinvent himself to that, you had to give kudos to Hogan. And Hogan was not a big wrestler. I mean, the man had body slam, leg drop, punch. Those were his three moves. But his charisma and how he can electrify and hold your attention and make you either love him or hate him.
Entertain. Yeah,
I mean, man.
he had that wrestling mind didn't work.
Yeah, I get it. He might have wrestled pretty good in Japan, but I mean, by the time I started seeing Hogan, he was older, so he really couldn't do much. But I mean, the man kept himself in amazing shape, and I'm not gonna lie, him running the NWO, I mean, the dude did a phenomenal job. I mean, Hogan was the leader that the NWO needed. He was, because you took Americans' dream and turned it into Americans' nightmare.
Nobody ever thought he'd be a heel.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Even growing up as a kid, when I seen Hulk Hogan go from, like you said, the good at two shoes kind of guy, and now he's this evil guy or whatever. I was like, what the hell?
That title match is going to be in Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
That's going to be nice.
Hey, that's a New York. Oh, Frankie's going to be. I bet you Frankie goes to that.
I guess it's in nice. Queens, New York.
Out there in Queens. Good old New York. Queens. But yeah, man, I think AP, before we get out of here, I think Bloodline Roman wins against the Shield.
Oh yeah.
Without a shot of a doubt, bro.
What NFL games are you guys looking most forward to this weekend?
Bears versus Packers.
Bears and Packers.
Bear down. At least just for this Sunday, like I said, Bears, I know you're not going to win the championship. I know you might not even make the playoffs. Hell, you might not even be over 500 for the season. But if you can just please sweep the season series against the Green Bay Packers, I would be so appreciative. I don't care if Aaron Rodgers is down. Kick him even harder while he's down. Bear down, bye.
Now, I'm going the other way, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Saints play the Bucks. I'm really looking to see, where Tom goes with that. I felt like Tom struggled a little bit against that Cowboys D. Now I want to see what it looks like against a really good Saints D, but also the Saints actually have an offense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
they got Jameis Winston, aka the motivational speaker. Oh my God!
And it's gonna be awesome to see Winston go back to the old stomping ground.
Yeah,
and get that dub.
Yeah, he ain't getting no dub, but I like Jameis Winston.
You never know.
Vikings versus Eagles.
That's gonna be a good one too.
That's gonna be a good one too.
That's gonna be a great game, honestly.
I'm interested in the Miami and Baltimore game.
Great.
Hey, Jay, remember, I know Frankie said my pick doesn't count, but you know what I told Frankie? I gave him the old middle bird.
Oh yeah,
but,
number one.
But I said I got Baltimore beating Miami.
Oh yeah, no, I got you. Now look,
you know I love Frankie.
He gave my pick. He gave my pick to somebody else. I had to choose another team.
hey! I see that most of you guys have been eliminated.
Hold on.
Let's start fresh.
Listen, Gonzo, I tell you what I'm going to do for you. I believe my next door neighbor, she's a female. I think she has some Vagisil specially delivered. I'll make sure to get that airlifted out there to you because I can hear it just spewing all over the place right now, and I know you need it.
What in the haberdashery hemoglobin is going on here?
So instead of having the Colts, I have the Giants. I took the Giants over the Panthers. That's who I took was Giants over Panthers.
Yeah,
Giants over Panthers.
Hey, I got Ravens over Dolphins, man. I think that's gonna be.
We have another Chris on here.
Oh snap! My boy Pride. Pride. Hey, Pride.
What's up?
Screw Connecticut.
You said what?
Screw Connecticut.
I mean, Chicago whack as hell anyway. So what are we even talking about? What are we talking about? How y'all feeling, y'all?
Hey man, we good, man. Hey, Jay was just telling us how he didn't realize that the Suns was a Connecticut team.
I love this place. Never change, Jay. Never change.
Man, I'm trying not to, man. I'm trying to be pretty much who I am, which is.
How's the new job treating you?
Dog.
Yeah, that's right. You got a new job.
Yeah, dog.
Congratulations, brethren.
Bro,
I know you had me rolling with that picture where you and the fiance talking about my survived date night.
Hey, yo, I took that last year because we were just out. And it's crazy because it popped up on my memories. And I was like, damn, I remember this picture. And I remember to the comments because I remember two of my boys that called me and my cousin called me. They were like, why she look so mad? I was like, I probably said some shit. I don't know. Like I probably did say something to get her mad.
Or she saw you taking that picture of her, like, stop playing with me.
She didn't know until afterwards because I had tagged her in it. And then, like, one of my boys commented, like, yo, Pride's gonna die. I was like, probably, that's what I do.
Oh,
look at that.
Where are you working at now?
School bus driver.
Yes, sir.
You're driving kids?
Yes, sir.
Bless the youth.
Yes, sir. So
they trust you with that?
They had no choice. They have no choice whatsoever to trust me with that. Yeah, they did in the training. It's funny as hell because somebody in the training said, "Am I allowed to punch a kid?"
Hold on a minute. But don't let that just fly by like it was nothing.
Hey, look, Jay, you wild, bro.
Could you imagine this young kid getting on the bus and Pride be like, "Who's your favorite team?"
Not even. I would never do that. I would never do that unless they do not think LeBron James is the GOAT. If they don't, they could walk their ass.
Probably be like, who you think's the GOAT? Michael Jordan.
No, I can see Pride now.
Call Michael Jordan to take you to school.
I can see Pride right now.
You know, driving kids be coming home. They'd be like, "Well, how was your day, Johnny?" Well, the teachers were nice, but that bus driver's a real a-hole.
Hey, he
told me to do better.
I see Pride driving up now. He's in a good mood. He opens up the school bus doors. He sees the kid with a Michael Jordan jersey on. He closes the door and drives off.
Still in a good mood. I ain't gonna let them dish. Nah, I ain't gonna.
Hey, why does the show Friday come into play where the bus driver comes or the ice cream driver comes up? And they Pride playing that role, man.
And by the way, AP, I will not tell a kid if they're ashy or not. I will not be that rude.
I would.
Now, if they got high waters, boy, if you don't get, I'm going to come at you. If you got high waters, woo, it's going to be a fun day for me.
Could you see Pride? Damn, my GPS done got us all lost. We over here on the other edge of town. Well, we be all right. Let me get back on the road.
I can't use GPS. That's the wild part. I can't use GPS.
God, how the hell are you going to remember all those? I couldn't even remember all those damn street turns.
So what they're going to do? Because I asked them about that. This is what they do. We start driving a week before school starts. That's when we start
driving your route.
And then they give us like the turn by turn. And then we basically have to memorize it by then. It's
gonna be muscle memory. That's all.
Yeah. So it's like,
and
it's crazy too, because like where they got me in the beginning, because like they short down here. They're real short on drivers. So they're gonna put me on the other side of town. So which is cool. So I gotta see these drooling, freaking boogery nose ass kids on my personal time. So I'm good with that. But since I'm hooking them up with that, they were like, "Yeah, we'll throw you we'll throw you some change your way." I was like, "All right." I was like, "Shoot, where you want me to go? I'll do whatever." I was like, they were outside. I only have one limit. I cannot do disabled kids. Yeah, I can't because that's like extra. That's like actually
you gotta take care of them.
Yes, because the thing is like if they, because we just learned this. If they have a seizure, there is something that you give them, and this is not a lie. No, you do not believe me. Look up dial stat. You literally have to take their pants down, spread and I am not lying. You got to spread their butt cheeks. You got to put that thing inside of them and eject it. It is this whole thing, and I was like, I'm not comfortable with that.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
I know some people are comfortable with that.
As soon as they would have started explaining that to me, pineapples, I don't want to do it.
I was like, bro, it was crazy. It's craziness. So it's like I told him, I was like, look, I have no problem. Y'all can send me wherever. I just can't do the disabled kids because that right there would make me feel very, very uncomfortable. And there was like 2 girls that was like, oh, that's nothing. I'm like, then you pick up them routes. Why are you talking to me? Why are you trying to convince me? You pick up them routes. You deal with them. Hey? Now I gotta be I have to be up stupid early. So like in 2 weeks, they're gonna put me at the station. I gotta be there by 5 a.m.
Why do I just see Chris Farley in that bus episode off of Saturday Night Live, man? And I just see pride all in that.
Hey, AP,
okay, everybody on. Okay, let's go.
You talking about in the hood picking up kids?
Oh, I wonder how I'm gonna be. I really do.
Right, because you stay in South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Now, I was about to say Connecticut don't got no hoods, but I know South Carolina.
Oh, you said what now? boy. Nah, but the thing is, the hoods don't bother me. That don't bother me. I don't really care.
Actually, hood kids is who I like. I know
to be honest, because
I talk about hood kids right back. They be saying stuff about me. I'm like, well, if you don't get your big boot wearing, and let me stop.
Nah, bro.
I'll talk about a kid.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I call kids.
Everybody get. I'm equal opportunities. Everybody get these jokes.
What? Let them know. Let them know. I told them, I was like, look, if a kid, because they were like, oh yeah, we have certain things you do if the kids swing on you. I was like, there's only one protocol, emergency protocol, because he going to the EM. You gonna call EMS for that look?
Hey, y'all remember? Y'all don't remember that video? I think the bus driver was arguing with the girl. And he got up and said, "You going to jail now?"
Oh,
and he gave her the right you uppercut.
Hit him with the Hadouken. God, I remember that. I was like, shoot.
See, that's why I can't be a teacher. I respect teachers because my wife is a teacher.
Bless her heart.
I can't be no teacher. I can't do nothing with kids because I'll punch a kid. I just
see for me.
I can't. And I know I'm not supposed to say that. I'm sorry, ASAP. I'm not trying to get us in trouble.
But it's the reality.
I don't have patience for kids because kids. They do stuff knowing that you can't hit them. And I'm like, well, you got the right one today.
Mm-hmm. and this is what I'll be telling, like, the only reason why the school bus thing will be solid.
Hold on, just one sec. I just want to play this real quick. Because this is what I see pride. This is what I envision.
Shut up, kids.
Hey, hold on. I gotta go to the thing over here and play it. Here we go. Hold on, here we go.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your breath.
It's not that would even be.
Oh wow!
Hey, I'm sorry. I'll be on that. I'll be threatening kids. I'll drive this. I'll drive it right off the bridge. Keep playing.
Nah, they showed.
Maybe it's that part looked like Snoop Dogg was finding the soul plane.
Yo, this is so cool. Why did I come back?
We missed you, Pride.
Nah, but we saw a video. Real quick, let me say this, and then we'll get back. My bad for taking it off, but we saw a video, and they were like, "This is something you don't do," and they actually showed us real videos of stuff that had happened. Like the dude who the driver who did this is actually like he's going through some legal issues now. So basically, the kid was yelling at him, and he was like, the driver, he was doing the right stuff in the beginning. Calm down, chill out. He brought him up to the front, and when he sat him down at the front, he was like, "Look, bro. You're gonna be here for 2 days. If you get it together, I'll let you go back. Let you go back there." Kid says something about you can't stop me, do whatever I want, type of thing. He was like, "Well, look, you're in my custody right now. You're in my care. I gotta get you home safe." Kid said something about I'm gonna get my dad or something like that. He said, "Oh, go get him," and he just smacked the mess out of him. You could hear it. You could hear it. And at first, I laughed because I didn't realize it was real. I thought it was a skit. I thought it was a joke. I thought they were just like, pretending. And all of a sudden, the teacher goes, "Why you laughing?" I'm like, "Nah, it was a funny skit." He was like, "Oh, you thought it was a skit?" I was like, "It's not?" He goes, "Nah." He goes, "The reason why I showed y'all the video is because I can't go into detail because it's actually going through right now."
Oh, damn.
He was like, "So I can show you the video because that basically it's open to the public, so you can see the video. But in terms of details, I can't tell you nothing." I was like, "That's crazy." And right here, the funny part about it too, I started doing some questions and asking. Guess what the irony about that whole thing is? Guess who finna have that kid in a month?
You are.
I hate my life. I'm picking up his route. I hate my life. I hate my life. So when they told me that, I went back to that video and I was like, God damn, I just saw the future. I'm like, God, it's crazy, bro.
All you do is whisper in the kid ear. Do you want that shit to happen again?
Oh my God. I'll be like, yo,
We'll be like,
bro.
what happened to Pride? Where he's at? We're going to see Pride on the news for knocking the kid out with an uppercut.
I'll be cheesing too, Matt Hart too. I'll be cheesing.
And they're gonna hit you like, "Hey, today in South Carolina, a bus driver is suspected of putting their hands on a child."
And this gonna
We
be
are going
this,
to show the video footage. Please warn. Your discretion is advised.
This gonna be my my thing real quick. This I swear to God, this is how I'm gonna take the picture too. Oh wait, hold on. Is the camera on? Oh, hold on, I gotta actually flip it up. Straight like that. Straight like that. That's gonna be
your mug shot.
That's gonna be my mug shot. Straight like that. So
Hey,
they know what's up.
why you over there looking like you about to shoot a D'Angelo video remix?
I wasn't sure if that was D'Angelo remix or if
Yo,
you had
Rob,
a
do me a
towel
favor,
next to him.
Rob, do me a favor. Do me a favor, Rob. Do me a favor. The next time you go to throw a piece of garbage in the garbage can, I hope you say Kobe and I hope you brick it.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
I'm just gonna say, Brian.
And then I hope you make it. I hope you make it. I hope you say Braun and you make it clean.
Just straight splash, huh?
That's style, man. But how are y'all doing today? How y'all doing? I feel like I haven't seen y'all in a while.
Yeah, man.
Man, I'm good. I'm 50.
What'd you think
I
of that
get most of
football
my hair in
game?
my
Oh
teeth.
yeah, Jay. When's your birthday?
It's the 20th.
Happy early birthday, brody.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. My wife asked me, she's like, "Well, what do you feel about being 50?" I said, "Well, I made it with all my teeth and hair, or at least the majority of my hair. So I guess I'm all right."
Yeah.
But
yeah. Let me give you a big congratulations too, Jay, while we got you here in person. I saw your video. You're doing your first stand-up thing, man.
Oh, I appreciate you, man.
Congratulations on that, man. Pursue your dreams, brother. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my man just told you he about to turn 50, and he did stand-up comedy for the first time. This lets you know, never ever let go of your dreams, y'all. That's a positive message from ASAP.
I appreciate
it's one of the
man.
few positives you're gonna get from Rob. So take it.
I take whatever I can get. Even even from the wife, I take what I can get.
Yo, Ian, I thought we was cool, bro. What's going on? Why everyone coming at me, bro? This is why I went away.
Hey, dog, well, you did jump on the shirt looking like you about to rub oil on yourself.
He said Brian go to body slam a kid just like Kelsey got body slammed last night.
Yo, imagine this, yo. On Sunday, Derrick Henry got bodied.
Oh,
now Travis Kelsey. Who's next?
Did you see the way that Derrick Henry got bodied?
Dog.
I heard the Undertaker gong go off in my head when I saw that. I said,
now,
Lord,
rumor has it, Josh Norman got that video and he got it on replay to this day. That's the rumor going around, bro. Rumor has it, he's still watching
Norman
that.
Got
he was
victimized.
You said what?
Josh Norman got victimized. That's why he needs revenge.
Nah, he retired, homie. That Josh Norman retired, bro. That was wicked, man. But because Chris, you asked me about last night football, bro. The AFC West is gonna be
Did you call it the AFC West? I like that.
You said what?
Did you say the AFC West? I like that.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Like, it's gonna be a legitimate problem. Russell Wilson played great, and he took a L. Let that sink in one time. I'm talking about the Sunday.
Yeah,
when the
Devontae
I'm sorry,
Adams
Monday.
played great.
He played great. Took a L. Like Justin Herbert played pretty well. Took a L. Like that goes to show you, like, if you're a quarterback, you got to be on your P's and Q's, not to win, just to have a chance to win. Like you got to play elite level. You got to play elite level quarterback play just to have the opportunity. AP, don't respect Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson played good. Russell Wilson played well. Settle down. Settle down. Okay? Don't disrespect him.
He came back so quick with that. He said Wilson didn't play good.
He played well. He played fine. He did. He played good. I don't care.
Oh shit!
But listen, it's
well,
listen,
and how much of that lock do you put on Hackett? Like I said, not going for it on fourth down with a minute left in the damn game, and you're going to try to put your kicker out there for a 64-yard field goal.
Jay, look at my face.
I will say this though. I will say this.
I know, right?
I'm not shocked because Nathaniel Hackett has no idea what he's doing, so I'm not shocked. So
us four can do a better job of coaching them.
He about as cool as Steve Nash.
But here's my thing.
You know what I say? If I'm paying you $49 million, you're gonna go on fourth with a minute to go. It's like, why am I gonna put the Pinto out there when I could put the Ferrari? It makes no damn sense.
And here, honestly, this is the question I have. This is honestly the question I have. Why didn't Russ either call a timeout earlier or make a change himself? Why would you not do that? Because Tom Brady was doing that 2 games into his tenure with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
That's exactly what Chris said.
He was doing like he was calling audibles. Chris. Like Mac Jones. It only took him 4 games. And each game he's getting more and more confidence. Game 1, he's making adjustments. He's making adjustments. He's changing plays because he felt confident like that.
And that's exactly what Chris said, man.
And it's like, and listen, I like Russell Wilson. I do think he's a top 10 quarterback. But this is a massive indictment where you are now, and again, I love Russ. This is from a Russ fanboy. By the way, AP says Denver made Geno look like a top 10 quarterback. My guy didn't even have 200 throwing yards. Get out of here, stub your toe. Okay? Stub your toe. But you want to say Russ played bad. Boy, if you don't get. All right? But this is the part that really blows my mind. If I'm Russ, why am I going to rely on a guy like Nathaniel Hackett, who, exactly let's tell the full story, doesn't want me? Doesn't want me.
He was there for who?
He was there for Aaron Rodgers. He went there for Aaron Rodgers. So if I'm Russ, why am I going to put my faith in a guy who A, is dog shit, B, doesn't want me, and C, I don't care what anyone says, Nathaniel Hackett could not handle that moment.
Oh, no.
He could not handle that
moment. Did you hear the excuse he gave up?
It wasn't even just that moment. It was the whole game. I mean, there was questions the whole game.
You're right. You're right. I should say the whole game because even the first quarter, he looked like
the lights were too bright.
Like he looked very scared. And it's like, if I'm Russ, why am I going to put my faith in this man? This is when I need to prove that as the veteran I am. I'm going to put it to you this way, bro. Jimmy G calls audibles. That's it. Do with that information. Trey Lance calls audibles. Do with that information as you will. Y'all know I don't like Trey Lance. If you're here calling audibles and Russ is like, all right, Nathaniel Hackett said this, we got a problem.
That's what I said yesterday. I said, Russ should have told him, hey, we're going for it and went for it and worried about, you can argue with the Hackett later. But
100%.
And Pride, say what you want. I know that you're doing your soliloquy right now, but AP ain't lying. Now I know Geno only had 195 yards, but remember, we are talking about Geno Smith. He looked way better than he was supposed to look. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Oh, they had Geno out there cooking and booking, baby.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is this. If I'm Russ, I have to listen. There's some conversation that needs to be had. Either Russ needs to say, I need control, or Nathaniel Hackett's going to have to give some up because It's getting crazy, bro. Oh, Jay, be safe, bro. Happy birthday, brother.
All right, man. Hey, y'all
Yeah,
be
man.
good, man. Pride. Don't
Yes,
give
sir.
them the smoke, man. They're not ready for the smoke. They don't know how to deal with the smoke. Don't make them kids cry. Don't make them question their existence in the world. And for the love of God, do not tell any of those kids that the best part of them ran down their mother's butt crack. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Hey, Jay, have a good
that
weekend.
can get you in trouble, Pride.
You love to see it.
Have a good weekend, and then enjoy next weekend in Nashville as well.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I surely will.
Happy birthday. When I'm
Appreciate
taking my
y'all.
shot, when I'm taking a shot tonight, Jay, I'm gonna raise one up to you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Pour one for the homies.
Be safe, Jay.
I love Jay, man.
But I mean, if there's gonna have to have a conversation between, Russ, Nathaniel Hackett, because, dude, it's just there's no way, as a great quarterback Russ is,
Super Bowl winning
quarterback, you cannot just be that passive.
No.
And just be like, because let's be honest, this was his opportunity, this was his moment, this was his basically, that game and that decision would have justified the massive extension he just got.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes and says, you know what, no, listen, I got respect for you, we'll argue after the game,
but I'm going for this.
But not only are we going for it,
I'm going to win.
I'm making amends for that pick I threw in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Putting the ball in my hands, I decide where it goes. And if you don't like it, you ain't going to fight me, but go fight yourself. Because at the end of the day, the buck starts and ends with me. So that's...
Yeah, it was bad.
Crazy.
It was bad. And I compared it to, remember, he should have took a page out of LeBron James' book. I remember the Cleveland Cavaliers going against the Chicago Bulls in the playoffs, and Derrick Rose just hit that game winning in game one, and everybody's like, okay, the Bulls.
You mean Miami?
No, this is when Cleveland was playing against.
Yeah, talking about when he came back and took a flaming L because he's a loser. He don't know, and D Rose don't know how to win because he's just a mid-ass player.
Whatever. I'll let you talk your mess now. But what I'm saying is, LeBron, to his credit, he looked at David Black and he said, "No, we're not gonna pass the ball to anybody. I'm taking that shot.
Yes,
I'm taking that shot," and he nailed that shot.
Yes. And the thing is, and also to your credit, when Bron knew Kyrie had the hot hand, I think he did this with Tyronn Lue. He said, "Nope, Kyrie got the hot hand. Let Kyrie take the shot."
Yeah.
In both instances, you have the leader of the team looking at the coach and saying, with all due respect, we're calling an audible to give us the best chance to win.
Indeed.
And Russ should have done that. Him not doing that, in my opinion, and I Chris, I think you and I share the same opinion. That's a huge indictment on him. Because now when we start talking about the best quarterbacks in the game, it's going to be plays like that that's going to make people say, nah, he's not.
Yeah, because you're telling me that Tom Brady wouldn't have told that coach, hell no, we're doing this, or Peyton Manning.
Tom Brady would have looked at you like you fool talking about something. We got to kick a 54. What?
And here's the thing. It's kind of funny, Chris. It's funny you mentioned Peyton Manning because I think it was the watch long things that him and Eli do. I think it's on Amazon or something like that.
Or no, it's on ESPN 2.
ESPN 2, yes. The entire time. Do you know how many times Peyton Manning, and between the beginning of that play till they actually called it, do you know how many times Peyton Manning either said call timeout or did the timeout gesture? 62 times.
He almost thought he was back on the field.
Yes, and he's saying timeout, or he's kind of making a T gesture with his hand to, okay, this is where you call timeout. This is where you call timeout.
And then he had his hands on his head like this. After it was over.
Like what? He was just confused, and Eli Manning's always confused. He's been confused his entire career, but even he was just like, listen, if Eli Manning is saying, why did you call timeout? You did something wrong.
Hey,
if you got even Eli questioning you, oof.
But it was crazy. You had a minute left in the game. And you let it run all the way down. That just don't make no sense.
No,
Hey, I won't lie though. Those three, Peyton, Eli, and Shannon Sharp, were magic. They were magic.
my days.
I was cracking up. I was like in tears. I'm like, these boys are really crazy.
Listen, I hate Peyton Manning with a passion. I hate him, but
that's just the Tom Brady fan in you. I
know. No, I just hate. I
love Peyton Manning.
Well, that makes one of us because I hate him.
I hate him. Tom Brady is my favorite player. I love Peyton.
Like no lie, like the type of hatred I have for him is Steph Curry level. Like I hope he never messed up his neck, but he still plays bad just so he can have no excuse. That's the type of hatred I have. Why
you hate Peyton Manning so much?
Because he was born.
Is this you want to know what I think it is? Is this because of the Patriots and Colts rivalry?
No, I don't think it's that because it was never really a rivalry. You want to know what I really think it is? I think it's because of his brother. Because I hate Archie Manning, and Archie Manning, that man did nothing wrong. This man played a career as good as you can have, and I hate him. So I think it just comes from Eli.
Hey, AP, Eli used to look lost even during the regular season when he played football. I look at Eli. I actually questioned Tom Brady and I said, "Did you really lose to this dude?" Like, I was so pissed.
But yeah, nah.
Damien, you're just mad because Peyton Manning beat your Bears in the Super Bowl. That's all. That's all reason you're saying screw Peyton Manning.
Zoinks.
I took it from both sides. He beat the Bears and beat my favorite player. It was, But I will say this though, Tom Brady, hey.
Oh right, dog shit, man.
Hey, Tom Brady is the GOAT.
No, he is. I know. I'm talking about Peyton Manning, dog shit.
Hey, Tom Brady's the GOAT, but I hate him. I can't stand him.
I know why you hate Tom Brady. I would hate a winner too,
I'll give his respect.
Like no lie, I hate Peyton Manning, but ever since he retired, I'm like, all right.
He's hilarious, dude.
Oh, he is hilarious.
He's hilarious. Like I said,
you watched the Saturday Night Live he did?
Dude, hilarious. I saw the one that really made me stop hating him because I caught myself laughing. And when I caught myself laughing, I was like, the facade is over. I guess I don't hate him anymore. It's over. I think he was hosting the ESPYs.
Oh, when he was coming at KD and Russ.
He was coming at KD. He was coming at He was coming at everyone. I was like, when I started laughing,
Durant was pissed. Durant was pissed. You can tell by the look on his face. He was mad.
And then my guy. And then in the end, where he started saying, everyone thinks I'm a professional. Camera one, can you get tighter? And then he starts calling them what to do and whatnot. Like, I was like, all right, you know what? You're
on that Saturday Night Live when he was throwing that football at those kids, dude.
Mad hard, like,
oh, yeah.
And then he'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Hey, Peyton Manning. Hey, you know what though? And Shannon Sharp had me rolling, talking about, you know what? Let me go and pull this yak. I was like, this is oh my god. Shannon Sharp is he like that uncle that get too wild at the barbecue. Like, okay, I'm drunk now. It's time to get him home.
I'm convinced, and I will say this in my dying breath. I will say this until proven otherwise. I am convinced Peyton Manning does the same stuff. He just does it off camera. I'm 100 because the way Shannon Sharp was saying it, and if you watch Peyton Manning, he didn't look like, oh man, what are you doing? It almost like he wanted to jump in, like
you know what? Let me get a shot of that. Have you ever seen the interview he did with Marshawn Lynch?
No.
Oh, y'all got to go watch it because it was fun when Marshawn Lynch was telling them, like, yeah. I used to keep my drink in the book bag. He was like, what, Gatorade? He was like, no, Hennessy. Peyton was like, oh, Hennessy, huh?
I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw clips and stuff like that.
Oh, my God. Because, Marshawn Lynch is like, and we talking about
crazy.
Who's your favorite person in the NFL? It's Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn.
Oh, Marshawn Lynch. If 100 had a definition, it'd be Marshawn Lynch. He don't change for nobody. I think Marshawn Lynch is the same way in the boardroom, is the same way he'll go in Oakland and be on the block. He don't change. He is who he is, and that's what you get. Like, I love Marshawn Lynch, but that's my dude.
Yep.
All he wanted some Hennessy and Skittles, and he's good.
And if you provide, he'll give you everything he got. He'll give you everything he got. Just provide.
Hey, he good though. I love Marshawn Lynch, bro. Oh my god.
Take care of your chickens.
That's it.
That's it.
Take care of your tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my!
You can't be dipping in your pimping. You feel?
Oh my!
Oh
days.
man. Hey, Pride though, man. It's good to talk to you though, my boy.
I'm saying, bro. Yeah, nah, dog.
I know. I've been the same way, man. I
they've been
slide on
killing
here
me.
when I can, but you
Not,
know.
well, because the thing is they give you. I gotta take my CDL class, or I gotta get my CDL permit.
You'll be all right. You'll pass that with no problem.
Damn, dog. I gotta go Monday to do that. And then that's just the permit, because then I gotta drive the bus. And if I don't kill no one, then I gotta go get the license. And then after that, guess what? I do all that to guess what? Just go get retrained. What the hell?
That's it. You got to get your credentials.
Oh,
is it a Class B CDL or a Class A?
B.
Okay.
The only reason why it's not A is because I'm not doing combination.
Yeah, and the B is not near as hard as getting the A.
No, because when it comes to the B, they test you on double trailers. Then they want you to, even though you're not supposed to, they train you how to properly back up, and then they start getting into like the air brakes, and then I guess the air. Well, I do have to take the air brakes. But I know for the Class A, that air brake is completely different, because when you got double trailers, there's other stuff you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing. I'm just like, boy.
They say that the air brake test for the Class A is the hardest part.
Yep. And then they say for the general knowledge is kind of hard too, but it's hard because of how many questions there are. Yeah. Like, because like for mines, the general knowledge is 50, the air brakes is 25. Then the passenger questions are 20, and then the school bus questions are 20. And it's like, you're just, when you actually take the practice test, you're accustomed to them just being 20. So when you got to do 50 after question 30, you're just like, bro, do I really want to do this? Is this job worth it at this point, bro?
Yep.
Like, y'all, that fatigue be hitting you hard as hell. And they make you stand too.
Well, you know what, though? That's why I tell people, because, you know, a lot of people make jokes because, you know, I work at a job where I don't do much physical labor. I mean, sometimes it's required if I'm just trying to make something happen, but I tell people what to do. So they were like, oh, well, what are you tired for? I'm like, dude, I'm going to tell you that mental stress is just as much as physical stress.
You don't understand that.
I'm going to tell you that now. Like, well, if I have to keep thinking about solutions all day and have to deal with people unloading their problems on me because they mad, they got to pay for something. Hey, sometimes I'd rather just lift the box.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. By the way, AP, the only reason why I'm not going for the Class A is just because I don't like the I don't want to end up doing cross country, cross state type of joints, because me personally, I just want to be able to come home.
Yeah,
at night, you know, and
a lot. Kids, it's hard to be gone like that.
Yeah, and a lot of the
Mrs. Pride ain't going.
Yeah, and a lot of the trucking jobs, you need to be there and you got to put time in before you can get one of those in city routes.
Yeah, you got to be there for like some years. It's kind of like joining like a union apprenticeship. Like before you start getting like
the good stuff, you got to do the shit no one else want to do.
Like 4-5 years of the grind, they like to call it.
Yep, and then so when you're new, you just start off doing the stuff nobody else wants to do.
Right.
Which makes sense because, you know, you're new, and why should you get, you know, special treatment over a guy who's been there for 15 years, you know? Yeah. So, nah, bro, like, and honestly, right now,
I ain't doing that.
Yeah, and right now, as a bus driver, the funny part about it is, as a bus driver, I actually get paid more doing this than a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could work less hours. And then after 5 years, I can just leave and go do the city bus.
Yeah.
And then they'll start me at 30 an hour.
And like you say, man, we in a time now, you know, we you know, a lot of people you don't hear it anymore, but we are still kind of in a pandemic, and a lot of people have not went back to work. Because I can tell you now, being in the trade show industry, it's a shortage in jobs. We don't have as many carpenters as we used to have. We don't have as many electricians as we used to have. Material handlers at all time. It used to be a time at the building where I worked there, because I used to be a material handler. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I started from the bottom. I used to be a materials handler. And let me tell you something. It wasn't no way in hell that I could tell this job that need me for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be off this week. And they'll tell me, okay, you can go home and not come back. Now, you can pick and choose when you come in, and they don't care as long as you're willing to come in one of them days because they need you. So it's like it's the job market nowadays is so different that you're needed.
yeah.
You're needed. I saw a job giving out signing bonuses like we was in the NFL.
Yep.
You get a $2,000 signing bonus and a free phone if you work
Like at this one, not only like this is how bad they need the people, right? The new people, not only do we start at 19 an hour, they give us a bonus after we're there for 45 days. Then guess what they did? They literally created a new program where if you have perfect attendance, you get 2 different checks for $2,000 as a bonus. And they give you that bonus in the summer, so that way you ain't got to work in the summer if you don't feel like it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy right
like
now.
They've been doing stuff. They've been doing stuff to like make sure you come back type of joints.
Yeah.
But it's to the point where like outside of hitting a kid, I could literally do whatever I want. I could if I'm late, they will not bother me. Like as long as I don't hit a kid, and that's how bad it is, bro.
They need you, like you know what I'm saying. Like you said, it's a shortages on this stuff.
I'm about to start calling
shortages
kids stupid.
everywhere, like everywhere.
I'm gonna call a kid stupid. You're gonna be like, "Why you call me stupid? Because I can't get fired, bitch." What do you want from me? Shit like that. I'm like, if you got a problem with me, go get someone. That's it.
Hey, Pride, what you got going on tomorrow evening?
Tomorrow evening, I think I gotta go work at the other job because I told them I would help them out. I actually gotta go see that schedule first. Actually,
so I think I'm gonna do a watch along for the UFC.
Sanhagen and oh, my nipples! You don't understand. If you can't tell, I'm rubbing them. Can I hear it? Can I hear it? No, I can't. But oh boy, I've been like, yo, you better give me what I want,
bro.
Me and Dad will do a watch along. If you're not at work, you jump on.
Yeah, if I'm not working, I'll definitely hop on because like when. So I've been begging for the trilogy fight forever, and I was scared for a minute, for a full minute, because Triple G's getting up there in age. So I thought, Rob, I think after the second fight you were here, I think you and I had this conversation that Canelo is basically just waiting to see whether or not Triple G retires. It was like a game of chicken where he was just waiting, and he's like, "Well, it is what it is. Let's see who blinks." And Triple G was like, "LOL, bitch. Like we scrapping whether you like it or not. Like it don't matter."
See this fight. I want to see it. I got Canelo winning, but I want to see it.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
The only reason I think so is because Canelo got a little added motivation now. You know, him trying to move up in the heavyweight class, him getting whooped when everybody thought he was gonna win that fight. I think he got a little bit of motivation now to come back and say, okay, maybe the heavyweight division might have been a little too much, but this division, I like this.
And the crazy part about it is like I've been waiting for this forever. And like they've been kind of having rumblings about this for like a couple, like since earlier this year. And I swear to God, I've been like Batista when he came back and he wanted to fight Triple H. Yeah. Give me what I want. Like I've been screaming that every time I see on Twitter something like, "Oh, they're getting closer," and I would just scream, "Give me what I want!" I'm talking so loud. I'm like Batista, and I'm like throwing spit out too. I'm spitting and everything too. So like. Then they announced it and said coming soon. And I was with it, but I was like, I don't like it when fighters say coming soon. And the reason why I don't like that is because when they say coming soon, 9 times out of 10, it falls through and it never happens. That's why they don't put a date on it. The same thing with, I think it's Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. Supposedly they were supposed to fight. They said coming soon. Now all of a sudden, Terrence Crawford he's putting a camp together. Earl Spence haven't been seen or heard from, and supposedly the negotiations fell apart. So it's like that coming soon thing scared me, and it's crazy because when they dropped the date, I was like, "Yo, this is in like 2-3 weeks."
It's real now. Once they put a date, you know how the popular phrase go, put a name on it. Once you put a date on it,
it's legit. It's legit.
There's also the UFC tomorrow at 7.
Yeah, that I thought that's what you were gonna do. That's Sanhagen and Sadong.
Yeah, I'm gonna do both because the Canelo and Triple G fight won't be till probably 11 or 12, and the UFC will be almost over.
You know what, Chris? Shout out to you, man. The hardest working man on ASAP.
Without a shadow of
My boy Gonzo. Shout out to you, sir.
Can I, Chris? Rob, question. What's your team?
Who?
What's your football team?
My football team. My team is the Bears. My person is the Bucks.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I had more faith in the Bears beating the Niners than 75, 80, 90, 100% of the fan base. We're gonna just throw it out there.
Hey, you have more faith than I did.
Bro, I was walking when because I basically said, and I told everyone, I was like, this is what's gonna happen.
Mike Hughes
suck. I was like, this man Trey Lance finna suck. He finna be boo-boo. Mike Hughes, what a stud, what a daddy. Oh, that guy is.
I want to see Steph Curry fight Larry Bird.
Bro, I don't. For me, bro, I was.
Thank you, Mike. Hey, Mike. I appreciate that because a lot of us look up to you because you've been killing it.
Yes, man. Shout out to Mike Hughes.
Yes, sir. But Damien says, "What's your thoughts on Canelo saying he doesn't want to fight Mexican boxers anymore?" That to me is no big deal.
Canelo doesn't want to beat up on everybody. That's all that means.
No, it's no big deal because you know what that reminds me of. If it reminds me if Kamaru Usman when he said, "By the way, Chimaev is moving up to middleweight." Oh, Robert Whittaker, go fuck him up. Anyway, my bad. Oh my God. Robert Whittaker's gonna have a field day with that piece of shite, let me tell you. But Canelo saying this, it just reminds me of Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, and Francis Ngannou.
Mm-hmm.
Usman always said, I will never go up to middleweight while this man, Israel Adesanya, is a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got that country stuff in them, right? Where Canelo is in his career right now, he doesn't have to get every fight now. Now he can pick and choose. And in his side, he's like, look, I don't want to knock down,
my brothers.
Yeah, I don't want to knock down his Mexicans, I want them to be able to come up with me, just not all the way up. You feel me? If I'm on the I'm on the top penthouse suite and you need a car to get there, you could be a couple floors under me, but you're still up. We still up regardless. That's what vibe it kind of gave me.
I took it as don't box me into a category. Because I think with some fighters, you'll hear, oh, he's a good Mexican fighter, or, he wants you to know I'm a great fighter. I beat up on everybody. I don't care what color you are, what's your nationality. If you come against me, you're going to get these hands. So I think to me, that's the way I took it. Don't box me, don't put me in a category. I want you to remember Canelo, the fighter, not Canelo, the Mexican fighter.
It could be that. That's a top tier point right there. Because it could be that. It could be that because when people talk about Canelo, they call him one of the greatest Hispanic fighters ever.
They do, and he wants to be the greatest fighter ever.
Period. Now, will he ever?
If you honestly ask me, besides Triple G and Mayweather, can't nobody else say they had.
What, Oscar De La Hoya?
On people, or
Well, hold on. So, are you saying that he's third, or are you saying that you could make an argument for him being third against a lot of people? Because I think you can make the argument against, you can make the argument for him. But if we're talking pound for pound, and I'm a Canelo fanboy, okay? The next tattoo I get is that neck tattoo he has in the back of his neck. I'm getting that. And then I'm going to get a tramp stamp that says property of Canelo Alvarez. That's how much of a fanboy I am of this guy, right?
Something wrong with you, Pride.
I got a team of doctors and psychiatrists still trying to figure that out. When they give me an answer, Rob, I promise I'll let you know. But the crazy part is that for a guy like Canelo, and I just think, in my opinion, I think every fighter goes through this. But there is a point where no matter what you do, you are who you are.
Yeah.
There's just nothing else you can add because you've just already done so much. Like, there's eventually there's a cap on everyone's career where unless you're an anomaly like BJ Penn and you can just go through weight classes like nothing, there's usually a cap, right? And for Canelo, he met that cap already.
Yeah.
And the problem, and here's another problem people have with Canelo, which is why people kind of knock him a lot. He'll go up to a division, he'll win, take the belt, and never defend it. He'll end up relinquishing it because he'll just go fight once, go, okay, I did it, and then moves on. And a lot of people take that, they knock him on that. Is that Mike? Oh, look at him. Look at him. What a stud. What a stud.
Who? Mike Hughes. Who? Mike Hughes. Trey Who?
Don't even start. I've been screaming that. You're a bum. You're a bum.
1-0. Everybody can lick my nuts.
You're a bum. You're a bum.
Check it out. Hey, right now, use code Mike GLD. Bears chain. Get it right now. You can wear it 3 times this year. We just got 1. 3 more times.
Hey, Mike, you heard what I said about the Bears, right? I said all I want. I said I know they might not make the playoffs. They're not gonna win no championships. Hell, we don't even know if they're gonna be over 500. But if they can sweep the season series against the Green Bay Packers, or if they can kick Aaron Rodgers while he's down, I'm happy.
It's done. It's over with. I'm excited. It's great. I'm happy. This is awesome.
I just demand the record be shown. I had more faith in the Bears than anybody else, and I'm not even
definitely had more faith.
Hey, I'll tell you what, you had more faith than Nate. Where's Nate? Nathaniel.
You had more faith than me. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I knew Trey Lance was trash, but I'm just like, I don't know, man.
And by the way,
look,
can
even though I'm saying this about the Packers, right? In my fantasy lineup, I've just started Aaron Jones because I'm like, it would be the Bears that he has his breakout game. So I just started Aaron Jones in my
100%. I ain't even gonna hold you on that one.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
Oh God,
it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice game. It's gonna be nice. Bro.
I am excited. Mike Hughes, though, what's happening, my boy?
Oh, Scott, bro, I got pasta. I was talking, and I saw Gonzo giving me my flowers, so I was like, I gotta go see Gonzo. I saw Pride here. Well, first I saw 2 Gonzos, and then I needed to find out what was going on. But I saw Rob Scott. I made some pasta, bro. I had an allergen test today, and they were like, "Yo, bro." They're like, "We got bad news," and I was like, "What up?" And they're like, "1, you're allergic to trees," and I was like, "All right, well, I don't really care." And then they're like, "You're really allergic to peanuts." I be eating peanuts sometimes. They're like, "Yeah, you could." Bro. They're like, "You could die," and I was like, "Oh." I
actually have a coworker who has a pine nut allergy, and
it's weird.
She ate it. Like when we go to restaurants, all of us go out to restaurants together. We have to say, "Hey, is it any nuts in that?" Because she gonna do the if you ever seen that movie Hitch. Will Smith was dying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, bro. I was like, damn. So I could have died all those times I ate peanuts. Yeah. But that's crazy, you know.
Like I'm not allergic to seafood.
Like you never, when you ate peanuts, you never had a reaction or anything.
It like, all right, this sounds bad. It like made my throat tickle, but like I was just like, that's weird. But
dude, I hate my life. I'm done.
But like, you know,
it feels a little weird. I can't breathe or anything. I feel swollen, but I'll be all right.
You can't kill me.
Puffier than the other eye, but it's all good.
They can't kill me, bro.
Why my throat closing up? What the hell?
Nah, hell yeah. I used to tell people that all the time. Be like, yo, something about peanuts, man. Just don't like them. My mom was always be like, you a crybaby ass dude. And then today I walked out of the doctor's room and I went back home and I went,
Interesting. I saw a crybaby.
Crybaby with my throat closed, right? Right. Then everyone's shocked and surprised at the funeral, like he wasn't screaming his throat hurt.
Oh God! Bro.
Hey, hold on, Damien. What did Damien say? What would y'all rather see? A nationality fighter fighting the same race? It's a fighter fighting his own blood, like the child. I don't care who you fight, honestly.
I mean, my thing is,
if a black person fights a black person, if a white person fights, I don't care. I just want to I just want to see. I want to see the fights I want to see.
I mean, granted, the thing is, it's gonna be very rare that you see brothers fight because, first of all, brothers being active at the same time, that's already rare, right?
Yeah.
And then two brothers who are willing to actually fight each other. If I'm not mistaken, someone fact check me. I think the Charlos are in 2 different weight classes.
Yeah.
I think they're in different weight classes primarily to not fight each other.
Yep.
So that way there's no mandatory or anything like that.
Honestly, I think the Charlo brother fighting is happening just because they've had a disagreement now. So like,
Right.
I don't think it's happening. Maybe, I don't know, man.
It's it's rare, like you said. It's
Where there's smoke.
because like I don't think did the Klitschko brothers fight each other? Did Vladimir and Vitaly fight each other?
No. Nah.
I'll tell you what though, it makes for the best television, man. Like me and Rob Scott were talking about it about Venus and Serena. I know it's a totally different sport, but that's the stuff that brings in the most views, especially when both of them are at their prime. Like I think that's something that where even if they are in different weight classes, one can definitely rise up or the other can go lower just to get that money. Because I mean that paper is that
honestly,
paper.
Because if y'all both knocking people out and
Right.
we're looking at y'all as a dominant brother set,
Right. If one's bigger and one's faster,
say, like who's better, Charlo or what the other one name? You know what I'm saying? So
Jamel.
Yeah. So Jamel and Jermaine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but for me, it's like, and this is just like a me thing. Like a lot of brothers, they don't really fight because there's 3 Chris's. That's what's up. But it's a situation where like it really stuffing his face like crazy. See, this is why I love Mike.
Hey, you know what, Mike, you bogus because usually this show will be over and I haven't eaten lunch yet, and you just made me super hungry, bro.
Sorry, would you like to wrap it up? Am I like?
Are we a problem?
No,
are we?
No,
I can put my hunger aside for you guys.
Oh well, we'll do that then. Do that. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted.
Practice what you preach, brother.
God, let him know.
What, Pride? You know what, Pride? I'm gonna put a dummy kid in front of your bus. I'm gonna make you think your life is over. You all going. Oh boy,
I'll hit a kid on purpose. I'll hit a kid on purpose. So what we talking about now, bro? I'll hit a kid on purpose.
Are you gonna see a
Yeah, and it's crazy because this morning, part of the training, they were like, "Yeah, watch how you talk about your job on social media." Here I am talking about how I'm gonna hit a kid. It's crazy. What a time to be like. I'm gonna get
school
fired.
Bus driver pride?
Yeah.
Nah.
Swear to God.
Nah.
They're gonna be like
my kid's transferring tomorrow, bro.
Hey, look, Pride gonna go into training on Monday. They're gonna be, Mr. Valdez, can you step into
Can you talk to me real quick? Nah, it's gonna be my guy. I'm gonna have my guy.
The afternoon blitz and
yeah, so we're gonna have to talk to you about that. Yeah, dog.
They'll just change your name there with the picture. They won't even know it's you.
Nah, you know what they're gonna do? Nah, they're gonna come up. They're gonna just be saying that. They're gonna be looking at me. They go, Pride. I'm gonna be like, who the huh?
Hey,
like,
Pride,
do me a favor. Go clock out for me, bro.
Are you a school bus driver for real?
Yeah.
Swear to God, I'm doing the training for it right now.
All right, so I got a question.
Go ahead.
When I'm so dead ass too, because I always wondered it. So, do they have a list of addresses that you have to go to? How does that work?
Depending on the situation.
Because I had some pretty, like some pretty whack ass bus drivers on something for sure. But there was back in the day when there wasn't any there was no GPS, there was nothing.
What's up, West Side? Thank y'all.
So what they'll do is they'll just tell you the route,
right?
And then they'll basically say, "Oh, this is the bus stop."
It's
so
like
at
UPS.
the corner.
It's like UPS or something.
Yeah, and the only time they will ever drop your address, that is when you're talking about special needs kids,
right?
Because some of those kids you got to pick up in front of their actual house.
Right.
So that is the only time that they'll basically be like, all right, you need to know this is their address that's going to be on the manifest.
They used
Outside
to pick
of that,
you up in front of your house, didn't they, Brian?
Nah, at the top of my street, which, well, I can't even say top of my street because there was like a
you
business
lived at the front of the street.
Yeah, because I lived on a dead end street growing up. So there was a business that the guy, he sold tombstones. Yeah, imagine waking up at night seeing that all of a sudden. What a time to be alive. So he was there, and then it was my house. So I could literally just look up from the living room and see if the bus was there.
Probably be tucked in, right? Rob Scott, you looking at this man right now. Little Pride is tucked in. He looks out his top bedroom window at 2 a.m. and there's the guy in his front lawn with his own tombstone. It says Pride on it. Just looking at him, fucking with him every night. Pride. Pride. You're next, Pride.
On God, bro. But yeah, like
at least y'all live in areas where they had school buses. We just walked to school.
Let me guess. You walked 4 miles in the snow and the rain.
Hey, hold on. Don't let me pull out my dusty rolls and tell you about hard times.
Oh my days. By the way, I actually rewatched that promo. God, I love Dusty.
Hey, Dusty Rose, man.
Oh man,
what a legend.
That's hard time, baby.
You don't know about hard times.
Yeah, I lived too close to the school, so we had to walk.
Nah.
Yep.
I went to school where my mom dropped us off, and then when I went to high school, it was like, all right, you on your own, kid.
Dude, middle school was
high
the
school
best,
was
bro.
the only time I got
high school. I took that was
I got my license.
man. My mom, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like my mom dropped me off.
Yeah, nah, dude, it was a beautiful time in middle school, man. I lived a block away. School would start at 8. I'd be booking it at 7:59, just running, bro. You'd hear my dad, you better not be fucking late. I'd be like, I used to have my homeboy Tommy. He used to lift open so we was on the first floor until like 6th grade. He used to open the window like random as hell. And I would just jump through the window and I'd be good. But in the winter, I couldn't because, the teacher would like feel that. Rob Scott, she'd feel that cold air in the room. She'd be like, Mike's here. And I'd be like, yes, sir.
When that Chicago air hits you, it's different.
Oh, yeah. She knew right off rip. She was like, someone open that shit. Someone just open that shit. It's like 12 feet of snow in the room now. It's like, I'm just sitting there.
Hey, you know what, though? They used to do the hall sweeps. So when that final bell ring and they close the door and lock you out of class.
That's why we opened the window,
nobody
bro.
ever came to class. I wouldn't even jump no more. I finished my pity pack game. I'm winning money right now.
Wow, let's get Nah, for me, they got tight. They used to get mad at me because I would pick the lock. I used to pick the lock. They like back in high school, they actually had to change all the locks because I used to pick them and I'd just kick over the door. And I remember it was my junior year, my homeroom teacher, Mr. Moran. He got tight. He said, I swear to God, we gonna get them changed. And I was like, and I swear to God, I'll kick the door.
I'll kick the door in.
So I'll kick it.
What Westside Media say? Thoughts on the Cowboys? Who?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a stat. I never had any hope, expectations. I never had anything for Dallas. I just thought Dallas was just gonna be Dallas, right?
I respectfully liked their roster. I liked it.
You're delusional.
I liked it. And then I saw Mike McCarthy get hired, and I said, "This is gonna be the same old bullshit." Like, what is wrong with you? You already understand, Zeke's getting older, and I don't care what anybody says. He's not even 30. He's a running back. If you're 25, you're old.
Yeah, people don't understand.
He hasn't been the same since they paid him.
Yeah, and that's just, to me, it was like you needed somebody who's going to be able to expand that roster, and you just brought in someone like McCarthy who couldn't get Aaron Rodgers to another Super Bowl. Like, come on, bro. Let's be better.
I mean, come on.
McCarthy's not a guy that runs the ball. That make no sense.
He said, I hate the Cowboys, but that actually makes things interesting.
He thinks Cooper Rush gonna do something. Well,
here's the thing. I do agree. It makes it interesting in the Mike McCarthy saga because if this year they finish under 500, Mike McCarthy could be like, well, we didn't have Dak. I mean, in my opinion, Dak makes no difference. Dak makes no difference in my opinion. Like he's not great. He's not bad. He's average.
Hey,
like he's
Dak
mid.
is just not that guy.
I've been confused because I've been saying whoever thought he was that guy. I've asked multiple times, show me how he's that guy. And then when they trash talk him, I'm like, wait, time out, hold on. Dak is supposedly this all-time great guy, but y'all poo-poo on Baker. Y'all poo-poo on Kirk Cousins. It's just bizarre.
Y'all poo-poo on Jimmy G.
Like, I'm just.
Did y'all see? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Let me not.
Type it in the private chat because now you got me curious. But for me, it's like and this is just a me thing. I just don't understand.
How do I do that?
Why? Like, what the expectations were for this team? I don't get what the expectations were.
Especially you let Amari Cooper go.
I mean, and listen. I will say this to my dying breath, and I mean this. And if anyone disagrees, do me a favor, please run out of gas right in your driveway because Amari Cooper is not that guy. One day you guys will realize it. And when y'all do, I will take my handwritten apologies. Amari Cooper is a solid receiver. He is the Dak Prescott of wide receivers. He's okay. I don't care what anyone says. He is okay. He is okay.
But kind of the Dak Prescott of receivers.
That's all he is. Why do you think he went to Dallas? Why do you think he went to Dallas, bro?
No, I agree. I agree with Pryor. You can't be that guy and be asking to come out of the game because somebody's locking you down.
Oh yeah, that was a bad look.
It's crazy because Trey Lance was throwing dollars at them, bro, Mike, and guess where it always ended, bro? When he was throwing them at the strippers,
they all hit the floor, bro. They all hit the floor.
Nah, they hit the floor. He threw them at them, and they somehow ended up in the pockets of the bartenders. That's how inaccurate this clown is, bro. Get him out of here. Bro. And by the way, tells me it was the weather. It was the weather. Does the weather affect him making horrible reads? Does the weather affect him not knowing what to do with the football? Does the weather impede him from making 5-yard dump offs that he couldn't do?
Hey, Phil's and the Bears are playing in the same
I got another one for you. What was the excuse in the other games? Because he's been horrible in every game he's played.
Nah, but Rob Scott, don't forget what the beginning of the narrative was when the game came out. Everybody said Trey Lance has played more games in bad weather than he has in good. So this probably won't affect him. And I've watched that. I have 5 inches of water in my basement, and I'm ankles deep in water in my basement, and I'm like, this man gonna die.
And by the way, Westside Media, I am saying, listen, Amari Cooper is a good receiver. Keyword good. Yeah. Good. That's it. Good. You know, you want to know what else is good? Apples. But you can live without them. That's it. Like Amari Cooper is just the Dak Prescott. I'm gonna put it to the Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott are the appendix of a football team. If they're there, cool, but you don't need them. You don't need them. They're just there.
You just call them tonsils.
Dog, if they're like, what's another body part I don't need? Ears. Cause I don't listen to y'all motherfuckers. They're ears. Okay,
that was fire.
Like Amari Cooper is just he's good. But I never understood this notion that Amari Cooper is great and he's a top tier receiver. I never understood that. And people tell me he's a great route runner. I'm like, yeah, sure. He's a great route runner. I'll never take that from him. The problem is everything else. I'll see you, Mike, baby boy. Everything else. Oh, I thought you were saying bye.
Gonzo said bye, but thank you for fucking it up. Damn.
My fault.
Damn.
I'm piece shit. This
you know
this is why I should have stayed gone. I should never.
We love you, Gonzo.
Play the outro. Just play the outro. Just for that.
I should have never.
I'll see you guys. I gotta get ready for my other show, bro.
No, we all go.
We're jumping on.
I'm a piece of shit.
All right, Gonzo. We'll talk to you, bro.
All right,
garbage.
Man, I've never hosted this show. I've never hosted this show.
I'm doo-doo in the butt, as the children say.
I don't know what to do. But I do want to ask you though, Pride.
Oh, we're still doing this. Oh, let's get it.
I got a question.
Let me hear it.
Nick Foles to the Dallas Cowboys. Are they making a trade? Because Cooper Rush ain't that guy.
I mean, here's the thing. If you do that, what are you giving up?
Oh, nothing, bro. Come on, bro. You saw what he did in the Bears. Come on, bro.
Cooper Rush
lost 6 games. Fuck it. Take Cooper. I don't care.
Cooper.
He's with the Colts, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna get Cooper. You need a solid backup because Matt Ryan is gonna.
Matt Ryan shit.
Matt Ryan is an older Davis Mills, homeboy from over in the Houston with their long neck stuff.
I feel you.
Like, but if you're the Colts, you need a solid backup, a respectable backup. You need that bad. So to give up Nick Foles for Cooper Rush, that's, in my opinion, a brain dead move. If I'm the Colts, I don't do that. Now, if I'm Dallas, I'm begging, fiending, and I'm selling my body for that.
If you get a 4th round pick, do you do it anyways?
No. So Cooper and a 4th?
Yeah, to be honest.
I'll keep it a stack with you. No. No cap.
You think Matt Ryan is gonna mess up that bad that they're gonna need Nick Foles?
I think Matt got injury issues.
That's my concern with him. I just think like week 7, you're going to start hearing how he's banged up and he's forcing himself to play because there's no other option.
But would then just hand the ball to JT.
But the problem is, and here's the thing. If you're going to hand the ball over, but here's the thing. If you're going to hand the ball over to JT, then you should have kept Carson. So now it makes the acquisition of Matt Ryan even dumber because in my opinion, I think it's dumb. They should have never gotten rid of Carson Wentz.
tell you what.
I think they got rid of Carson Wentz because people don't like him personally.
I think it's a personal thing too. I think dudes are
How?
rocking with him.
Because Frank Reich was with him
But
over
that's
in Philly.
but that's all I've been hearing is that even in Philly, like Nick Foles, I get it, he won the Super Bowl, but even before that, they welcomed Nick Foles in. Like they were like, "Oh yeah, save us."
But that's the thing. Like me, and I'm and this is where I kind of defend Carson Wentz.
I'm not saying I don't know how the person is.
No, I feel you. But here's the thing.
Talk your talk.
If I'm your franchise quarterback, okay, and you guys barely dap me up when I show up, and you guys are building a shrine for the backup. On my mother, I am violating you in every way, shape, or form. Yo, Fletcher Cox, you like Cox. Fuck up, bitch. Get out of here. What up? Who else wanted? Who else wanted? Miles Sanders? LOL, bro. You run Miles like you're in the sand. Get out of here. Who's next? Who else wanted? God. Like Alshon Jeffrey, you ashy. Bozo next.
Like Brandon Marshall.
Everybody.
I know it's a Brandon Marshall that's better than you.
Oh, God, bro.
100% he was. 100% he was. Cry baby back, bitch.
Oh Lord, but honestly though, man, but that's been the rumor that's been going around.
I think it's like, and Rob Scott kind of hit on it too. We were talking about schools earlier. I think when you got a teacher that really likes a student, that's cool, but that don't mean the classmates like the student. Like if you a kiss ass, you a kiss ass, and that's what it is. And I think Carson kind of gives off that white boy energy that makes people like me look bad. Like he's not cool. He's not a dude. That's just Carson.
That's
like
Carson.
Your name's Carson. Like, come on, Carson.
Like, people you like, they get a nickname or something. You know what I'm saying? And then when they see him, they're like, "What's up, Carson?"
Yeah, what's up, Carson?
And here's the thing.
And then Nick Foles hit the corner. They was like, "NF, my boy, what's going on?"
But that's the thing. Like, if
Big
anything,
Nick,
in my opinion, Nick Foles is more of a snitch than Carson Wentz.
Oh,
on God, he is, bro. On God, you want to know what the difference is? I guarantee you, instead of snitching on Fletcher Cox, instead of snitching on who's the old Malcolm Jenkins, instead of snitching on them, you know who he snitched on? Carson. He was like, I'm gonna be the good little snitch I am. Like,
hey, Super Bowl MVP. That's all I know. But
I don't know. Westside Media says
Bridgewater not going nowhere.
Westside Media. All right, we're getting out of here. We're getting out of here after these comments.
Yeah, real quick. I think the Miami
Bridgewater not going nowhere because I don't know if they really know if Tua is gonna last the whole season.
I think the Cowboys' best bet.
That's my.
He said, "I think the Cowboys' best bet, although it's not likely, is to try to pry Teddy Bridgewater from Miami."
That's the same thing like Matt. That's worse than Matt.
I don't know if Tua's gonna make it that whole year.
If Teddy's healthy, I ain't gonna cap. Teddy's gonna be a dog with Tyreek and those boys.
If Miami goes 0-4 or they go 1-6,
they're putting in Teddy.
I'm putting in Teddy.
They just won week 1.
That means they can lose everything else. What you talking about?
0-4. How did
I'm sorry.
1-4.
1-4 or
God.
Yeah. Hey, look, they about to lose against Baltimore. They about to lose against Baltimore.
And then you woke up, bro, because Tua Tagovailoa finna drop dots like he's
Baltimore is winning the North.
Throw it on a dime.
Baltimore winning the North.
Get me out of here.
Nobody cares about Pittsburgh and Cincinnati was a one-hit wonder. Get them out of here, as you would say.
I don't. Listen, it was
Lamar back, baby.
I don't know about that because he didn't really.
Lamar back, baby. You ain't see that? You saw them dimes. He was out
listen.
He said I could beat you with my legs, but I ain't gonna do it.
Listen. I will give you this. There were some nice dimes that we saw from Lamar, and I'm not even gonna pretend that he. There was some beautiful dimes. The 2 touchdown ones. There was one that it went distance, which was great.
Yeah.
Outside of those. Do you know how many completed passes?
I know.
You know what
I know.
17 for 30.
I know.
Anyone else throws for 56%, we're killing them.
Hey, but he won. But you
right, twisted. He won, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God,
But if they would have lost, oh my God, they would have crucified that man.
And I'm telling, bro, and that's why I'm so hard on Lamar. Because, bro, if you could throw a little more consistently,
you will get the payday that you want.
Not only would he destroy the
but
bank,
they still got to pay that man.
Like, see, I'll be honest with you, Rob. I don't think they're going to, because in my opinion, I think division. I'm gonna tell you why. I genuinely believe Lamar's like, okay, cool. It is what it is. I'm convinced Lamar's leaving. Whether it's a trade or free agency, after 2 years of franchise tags, I don't know. I think he's dipping.
Lamar to Seattle. That's been me this entire time. I think it's going down.
Yeah.
No,
Seattle better do something because if they don't get a quarterback, guess what?
You're telling me, you get Pete Carroll. They're redesigning the entire defense. They're going to have great picks this year to build that offensive line. You got DK, Fant,
Lockett. But that's the thing. You got to rebuild that offensive line.
You saw the way DK and Russell Wilson was hugging. Hey, don't be surprised if DK go to Denver next year.
Sure.
He signed.
No, did he sign his extension?
Yeah, he signed.
Okay.
A lot of money too. A lot of money for a guy that
he was crying. Did you see the way that he was hugging Russell Wilson?
I would too. If I saw
Come on, I'll cry too. It wasn't no tears of joy, bro.
Ooh,
and by the way, imagine Lamar in Pittsburgh. I'll be honest. He won't pass it. No, he won't pass it. Him and Najee Harris running the ball as a 1-2.
I respectfully don't think Mike Tomlin knows what to do with that.
Nah, he don't.
No. He knows what to do with it. He knows.
I don't think
the difference is whether or not. No, because listen, he knows. He knows what he's gonna have to make him.
I'm sure he knows.
The thing is whether or not Lamar Jackson can do it.
Right.
Because when you go to Tomlin, he's gonna go, look, I do like your legs and pause.
But you
can run, and that's fine. But understand something.
You are a quarterback.
You're gonna throw the ball. I will treat you like how Malik Willis was done by Mike Vrabel. I will give you that punishment quick, fast, and in a hurry. I threatened to bench Ben Roethlisberger. I sat down Troy Polamalu. What you think I'm finna do to you?
You call it Polamalu?
Polamalu. I don't know if I ever told y'all where I got that from. I got it from Pat McAfee when he's telling his story how he almost scored his first touchdown, and he was like, "It's Polamalu."
Polamalu. Oh my God, Troy Polamalu is over somewhere right now, combing his hair. Man, this is
golly.
But now,
that's it. And my thing, bro. That's gonna be interesting, bro. 100%.
It is. Last question. What do you say? Chris Godwin is out this week. How concerned should the Bucs be? I don't think they should be concerned at all. Tom Brady is going to find a way. If you haven't learned by now, you should know that Tom Brady is going to find a way. Have I not taught you the math equation that will save your life? TB equal TDs. Remember that, and you will get very far in this life. I'm telling
you. Mathematics with an F. That's what Robin.
Mathematics.
Hey, 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. That's quick maths.
No, 1 + 1. No, it goes 2 + 2 is 4. -1. That's 3. Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Make any final words, my guy?
I haven't said that.
Bear down, baby. Let's get this, baby.
We out of here, bro.
We out, bro.
Out of here. Where's that thing? I wasn't ready.
Audi 500.
It's right there, baby boy.
We're leaving. Goodbye.
Bye.
Whole sports, all plays. Yeah. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports, all plays.